Good evening, good afternoon, whatever you want to call this, everyone. I'm Angel Rivera alongside Witchy Perfect and Alex Knight. That means this is Angel in the afternoon. We already got some chatters here. We got our Hot Wings guy,
Yeah, what is
Fred,
with the Hot Wings, Fred?
and CBC
Anyway, hi,
voter.
Fred and CBC.
Thank you very much.
No countdown this time, huh?
No,
Yeah, not this
time. I'm running late. Actually, no, I'm not running late. It's just that I have so much to talk about that I can't waste the 5 minutes. So,
Okay.
Thank you very
we
much.
didn't get to talk about it last week, we should bring up the Guardians Pictures scandal thing. The first thing we talk about.
What's that?
Yeah, so we got two pitchers who have been suspended indefinitely due to their gambling.
Oh,
Yeah.
as in pitchers for the baseball.
Yeah.
Well, they do that all the time, though. I mean, and the mafia runs the betting, so what's the big deal?
Hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, so they were suspended indefinitely for their gambling. Hold on.
Everybody getting alerts?
Yeah, but they were suspended indefinitely, so they're gone out of baseball forever.
Okay, say la vie.
They won't be able to pitch again, and they destroyed their career over a little bit of money because, quite frankly, they didn't need.
Yeah.
Oh, they just got caught. That's the thing.
Yeah,
they just got caught.
They didn't need the money. Actually, Class A is making what, millions of dollars a year to pitch 1 inning per game. So
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter.
They didn't need the money.
Making $100 millions. Oh yeah,
they did. In their mind, they did. Yeah,
with millions of dollars, they're just barely making ends meet, guys. Come on, what are you thinking?
Just go to Vegas and gamble. Why are you?
Yeah, just go to Vegas. I don't know. It's like Pete Rose. Remember, Pete Rose was gambling on the games, and look what happened to him.
Yeah.
It's all if you get caught and who you are, I guess. They don't give a fuck about these pitchers. They just say, well, these pitchers can do it, but these pitchers can't. Make up your mind. You do it all across the board or you don't do it at all.
Yep. So that's that. And yeah, so there's something else too. I don't remember what it is right now, but let's just get
about
to
the fact that Mandali, or whatever the hell his name is literally sucking Trump's dick right now.
Yeah.
That's a one.
And what's funny about it is these liberals who support Mamdani are all coping, but they swear up and down that Mamdani somehow owned Trump and have Trump agree with his positions, which is absolutely absurd. Because
right. I'm surprised he didn't get on his knees and blow him. I mean, come on, guys.
Because Trump,
especially since Trump praised him for keeping that who is it, the ADL woman or whatever her name is?
Jessica Tisch. She's still the chief of police or commissioner of police in NYPD.
Yeah. I thought they'd be melting down, but they aren't.
She's a pure Zionist, and she's one of the people that had the NYPD. They have an office in Tel Aviv in Israel for some reason.
It's so crazy that Mamdani is doing this, especially since he's a Muslim. Like, you're going to try to cave to Israel while being a Muslim?
Of
Well, if
course,
he wants
it's all
power,
about this, baby.
if he wants power, he's gonna cave. Because
Yep.
if not, then he's done. You know,
See ya. They'll JFK ya. Bye bye.
Mm-hmm.
Also, him and AOC not wanting to primary Hakeem Jeffries.
Well, of course not. Why would?
Well, then they just passed that bill now that condemns socialism.
Oh yeah.
But you do know
Ooh.
we have socialism in this fucking country. It's called fucking public roads. You idiots.
and Social Security and the VA and going on what's socialist.
Yeah.
Social Security, the roads, the VA. That's literally socialism because the doctors even work for the government when
Right.
in the VA. So
Right.
that's
And that's what I'm
socialism
saying.
too.
Like they don't understand. It's not that Congress doesn't know what socialism is. They know exactly what it is. So you take all these programs away, guess what? These people will rise up. They may not know what socialism means, but they know if they get their social security taken away, guess what? They're coming after you. Not
Mhm.
you two, but Washington people who think we're stupid enough to not know what socialism is. But again, you start taking stuff away that is socialism, guess what? We know exactly what that is.
Yep.
I mean, we know what it is, of course.
So whatever you want to talk about Trump. He's a piece of shit. He's whatever you want him to be. He is a master politician. I mean, he somehow won a second election after Russiagate and after January 6th. And after
that
all
was
the
all
trials
bullshit anyway.
and all
It's
the
like
charges. I know. No,
he's
I
like
know,
rubber, and it just,
Yeah.
just bounces off to him, but that was bullshit scandals. What really matters is that he's a pedophile criminal who literally is running the government at the behest of the puppeteers. He's just a village idiot.
Yeah, he's got himself reelected after all that bullshit. He's a master politician, and somehow Zoran Mamdani's going to own him and have him do what he wants. That's bullshit. They're just coping because they know that Mamdani, bent the knee to Trump, and they don't want to admit it.
And
How
Mamdani
many more
is,
times
again,
are
being
these supporters going to keep falling for it over and over and over
They're
again?
brainwashed.
That's what I said on Twitter.
They're
Yes,
brainwashed.
they keep falling for it.
It's like my dad watching Fox News all the time. I looked at him today and I said, you do realize everybody on Gutfeld doesn't give a fuck about you. They're literally talking about they're talking about everything but the fact that what were they talking about? They were talking about oh shit. Something these Trump derangement syndrome people. Yeah, that there is that out there, and there's people who literally will blame Trump for the killing of Abraham Lincoln. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is the fact that Trump really doesn't give a fuck about poor people, and he is doing what the puppeteers tell him. And I said to my dad, I said, you're gonna see it when they come around here looking for Darian. Oh, sorry, my son. They come looking for my son. I said, I'm telling you right now, I don't care if it's Fox News. I don't care if it's CNN, MSNBC. I don't care if it's Bill Gates or Musk. You come for my son, I will cut you. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. You come for my son, I'll cut your tits off, cut your dick off, and make you eat it.
There you go. Anyways, this real quick. This is Mamdani's. This is Mamdani's flip flop here, a massive one. So August 2025, my administration will be Donald Trump's worst nightmare. And now this is before the meeting with the president. I intend to make it clear to President Trump that I will work with him on any agenda. Not my agenda, any agenda. So that means...
Exactly, little brother. Just like that.
Yep. So this is from August on top, and the bottom is from yesterday.
My administration would be Donald Trump's worst nightmare. I have many disagreements with the president. And I believe that we should be relentless and pursue all avenues and all meetings that could make our city affordable for every single New Yorker. I intend to make it clear to President Trump that I will work with him on any agenda that benefits New Yorkers.
Any agenda. That's your key word there, not my agenda.
Key word is rich ones, not poor ones.
Does that mean banning Muslims, Zoran?
I mean,
if that's
what,
excuse me, if that's what Trump wants.
So
that's what they're doing.
So
that's what they're doing.
We talked about
you got a goo
last week. What was it? There's so much that we talked about last week. I forget, but what was it?
Well, I sent you a couple clips or tweets yesterday to go over, but you didn't get to them.
Oh, we had so much to talk about. I'll try to get to some of them this week, but
also, really fun. Sorry, I just want to say one more thing. What's really funny is that when it was revealed, who was that African American woman from the Virgin Islands who was responding to Epstein in the text during Cohen's meeting? And now Democrats are trying to defend her, saying, "Oh, the Trump's thing that's a big deal, but hers is not." You know,
Stacey Plaskett. She's the representative from the Virgin Islands. She's the one who was sexting some younger guys. There was another scandal she had last year, I think. So she was sexting younger guys.
18?
I don't think so. I think they were younger. You know, she's in her 60s and they were in their 20s. But
as long as they are over 18, I don't give a flying fuck.
No.
I mean,
what
it's
happened
not
was,
right, but I mean,
she was texting Epstein in 2019 during the Michael.
Oh no, I know that. I'm referring to other scandal.
She's a pedophile. They're all pedophiles.
I was referring to her other scandal, but yeah, that scandal too. It's a big.
And
deal.
now Democrats are defending her. Like,
yeah,
of course, they're going. Democrats and Republicans, it doesn't matter. The House just passed the files, whatever they were saying, the Epstein files. I said to my coworker, I said the House will, but it will die in the Senate. And if it doesn't, they will literally take out all names that have anything to do with Gates, Musk, Trump. They will take out any names they think are national security. Did you hear that bullshit? That national security
that's
bullshit?
what I was going to bring up. Thank you. Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
So they passed the bill, the Epstein file bill. They finally passed it and Trump signed it. But in the bill, they have the DOJ has 30 days to release the Epstein files. So a PDF file with a search function. However,
Sean, our thoughts are with your son right now. So please get better.
Yes, please get better.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
My prayers is with you. My thoughts are with you. Positive thoughts. So I'm sorry to hear about your son.
Sending you energy, healing energy to your son.
Anyways, they have to release a PDF file with a search function within 30 days. So Control F, basically, in the PDF.
And they're going to take out all the names they consider national security, which is all of them.
But the White House, or Trump in particular, and Stu Scholz said, "Oh well, the House Oversight Committee will have what they're legally entitled to, which is legalese for if we classify something, you can't have it."
Right.
Sorry. So it's bullshit.
Yeah, so they're not going to pass it. They'll just say, "Well, it's classified. Sorry."
Well, they did pass it, but they can get around it by saying it's classified.
Right, and that's why I'm saying even if even if it goes to the Senate and then back to the House and then to Trump, that you're not going to get the real list.
Yeah. So this is Fidel Castro. He in the 1970s he invaded South Africa to try to stop the apartheid government in South Africa, which I didn't know about until I saw this. Oh, really? He invaded South Africa?
But if he were like a little lighter, a little grayer, he could be Santa Claus. If he were a little fatter too, I'm sorry. But that was kind of dead, so doesn't work.
There's English. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, there's English translation on the bottom, so you're able to see it. But he speaks in Spanish, obviously. So.
Algunos imperialistas se preguntan por qué ayudamos a los angoleños. ¿Qué intereses tenemos nosotros allí?
1975, Fidel Castro sends 30,000 troops to Angola in response to an invasion by the South African Apartheid League government. So he's fighting the apartheid racist government in South Africa in Angola. So that I was wrong about the South African invasion. It was Angola, in response to the South African invasion, which, by the way, is where Elon Musk is from. So it's like he was a kid in 1975, but so.
Ellos están acostumbrados a pensar que cuando un país hace algo es porque está buscando petróleo o cobre o diamante o algún recurso.
That's all they wanted. Yep.
No, nosotros no buscamos ningún interés material.
Castro was saying he has no interest in any of their
No, but
natural
that's why they
resources.
went into Angola. They wanted the materials. I'm guessing the U.S.
Yeah, South
government-
Africa did. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
It was South Africa that invaded,
But
but
on
I'm sure
behalf
the
of
U.S. was
on
involved
behalf
somehow.
of the U.S. government,
Yeah.
I'm sure, because they all wanted those materials. That's the only thing they cared about. This guy didn't. He was just trying to protect the people that were there who were getting slaughtered by
from
the
the
South
from the
Africans.
racist apartheid
Y
government.
los imperialistas es lógico que no lo entiendan. Porque seguían por criterios exclusivamente chauvinistas, nacionalistas, egoístas. Estamos
Nationalists,
cumpliendo
right.
un elemental deber internacionalista cuando ayudamos al pueblo de Angola.
Right. This guy is not who they say he was.
Yeah.
South
Fidel
African
Castro
army
actually cared about his people and cared about other people, as in like poor people.
Just like Saddam Hussein.
Just like Saddam. I mean,
Yeah.
if you believe anything about Castro, that he was evil, oh, he killed his own people. Same with other dictators, what they consider dictators. It's all bullshit.
Mhm.
They just wanted to say that so you would hate them, and you would give them permission, so to speak, to go in and take over their country.
Yeah, that's the one thing I love about Castro is how many times he humiliated the U.S. How many times tried to assassinate him? They tried to assassinate him at least 100 times.
Oh my gosh!
He survived
yes.
every single one of them. He died.
Wasn't he in one of the Black Ops games, Angel?
It might have been. I mean, he might have been one of the bad guys in the game because
they always got to they always got to make him the bad guy, but he was never a bad guy. He gave us people free education and healthcare. I think
he died, and he humiliated the U.S. so much that he died in his bed in his 90s. So that's how much
he died an old man. That's good.
Yeah. So he was able to live a full life while the U.S. trying to assassinate him every year.
You might remember, Angel, when Ozzie Guillen in his first managerial job with the Marlins back in 2012, when I think he praised Castro, and then he was suspended for 5 games.
And he had to apologize for it. Like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Free speech my ass.
It seemed kind of a fake apology, but still he had to do it in order to keep his job. Let's see. Fred says they can hold back info that is part of the active investigations.
Right. And that can be all of it or just a little tiny piece of, like, they'll probably release Democratic names, but none of the Republican names. I bet you.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, to embarrass the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Fred says, before Angel, Fidel Castro supplied my hot wings. Good to know.
Fred, you're not right. Looks like a party.
So yeah, the people are celebrating their Angola after South Africans left.
Dude,
There's some music there, so I want to be careful with that. Yeah, so I just wanted to show that because we'll get to that a little bit later.
But when we were just talking about supposed dictators at the USA's or whatever, play one of the clips I tried for you to share last week. That Jimmy Dore clip that I showed you last week. I think you can find it.
Let's see. I can.
Even Gaddafi, I'm sure, was actually nice to his people, but the people they say we should hate, we shouldn't hate, because when we go into that country and we overthrow it, like Libya, now they have open slave markets. So it kind of defeats the purpose of why we hate. Why did we hate Saddam Hussein in the first place? Because we were told to by our government and the propagandists.
Yes.
I keep going. Where's the weapons of mass destruction? Where is it, Bush? You can't say Cheney anymore unless you have an
right here. It's right here, Steph.
Yeah, it's right here. Colin Powell. It's right here.
Oh yeah.
Stick it up my ass.
Back in 2019, when Bernie was, bringing up the Maduro propaganda stuff, Venezuela. So
this is when Juan Guaido was allegedly president. He never was.
Well, this was before that, but yes.
So let's watch this.
Isn't it amazing? Every country you want to invade, they just happen to be a bad guy. Every country that's oil rich, they happen to be ruled by a bad guy. Isn't that weird? That every country that has a lot of oil that we want to get our corporate hands on, or has a country that we want to put a pipeline through, somehow they always have an oppressive dictator government. Isn't that weird? Saddam Hussein was a bad guy who oppressed his own people. He gassed his own people. The gas we sold him.
Mm-hmm.
Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi's a bad guy. He oppresses his own people, even though he had the best country in Africa and actually took care of their people.
That's true.
Oh, Assad. Assad's a bad guy. He gasses his own people, and we got blah, blah, blah. Now Maduro's a bad guy. President, so you don't ever get tired of this? You never get tired of repeating CIA talking points? Do you realize that they have to put out that narrative first before they go and invade, before they do what they do? Isn't it amazing every country wants?
Yeah, so there you go. So,
and then
I mean, he's absolutely correct. He is absolutely correct that literally you're supposed to hate this person, hate that person, and you just blindly we go into it. Like I said, I heard one of the corporations for oil say, "How dare Venezuela have our oil on their land? How dare they?"
Department of Education. The government shutdown is over.
Featuring the Kardashians. What the fuck?
No, I don't miss you. I wish you would actually delete yourselves, but that's not going to happen, apparently.
Yeah,
What does that have to do with the boards of education? They are not educated. They're nothing but fucking dipshit blondes or fake blondes who go around fucking rich people, and then that's how they got rich.
This is
the official account. Any fucking dumbass can do that.
This is the official account of the U.S. Department of Education, run by Linda McMahon. Government shutdown is over and we're back. But just be honest. Did you miss us at all? Did you miss us at all? Like, nope, we didn't. So basically, the Department of Education has pretty much been reduced to a joke.
And like I said, they put clips together with the Kardashians. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, the Kardashians, again, are not smart people. I don't understand. Like, the only reason why the Kardashians are anything is because Kim Kardashian married a bunch of rich guys and then fucked anything that moved, basically with a dick, and literally became rich because they were rich. And then she divorced them and got half and got rich. That's how she got rich. So then they wanted to do a fucking television show about her and the fact that she sucked a lot of dick and took it in the ass to get a lot of fucking money. No, she didn't do fucking anything. She just literally fucked a bunch of rich people. I don't get it. My son is so much smarter. He is advanced in math. He could outwit any of those Kardashians. Trust me. He could do a spelling bee better than them because he knows how to spell. He is a great speller. And yet, that's who gets rich.
Get off your fucking ass and work.
Yeah, do a 9-to-5 job, bitch. I bet you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
Her father is Robert Kardashian, who was a part of O.J. Simpson's legal team. Even though Johnny Cochran was the lead attorney,
that's the only reason why
her dad was a part of the legal team that helped O.J. Simpson get off. So
that, and she married two rich basketball players and then divorced them and got half their money. Mm-hmm. That's why she is anything. All she did was suck a bunch of dick and take it in the ass from a couple of basketball players. Well, fuck, I can do that. I just haven't met a rich fucking basketball player. Ugh. I wouldn't want to do that anyway. No offense.
As everybody knows, during this week there's been alleged Gen Z protests in Mexico to oppose Claudia Sheinbaum's government for socialist government, quote unquote Gen Z. Because if you look at the videos, they're all older Mexicans in their 50s and 60s. Somehow this is all Gen Z though. This is all Gen Z and not AstroTurfed. So. What? It was AstroTurfed. I called it because it's definitely AstroTurfed. You know, one of the Gen Z members that went to the protest was former president of Mexico, Vicente Fox. So you can tell it's definitely Gen Z when he showed up there. So this is an article, was originally appeared in Infomedia Mexico, which was in Spanish, but they translated it to English. So let's see.
Well, you could read it and then translate it.
Well, it's translated here.
I'm getting there. I'm starting to learn a little bit of Spanish. I do know a little bit of Spanish, so.
Let's try to do that. So this is explaining.
Sorry, can I just say one more thing? My son is so smart at 9 years old that literally I'm homeschooling him when it comes to learning cursive. Because in schools now, they will not teach you cursive. Wow. So I am teaching my own son cursive. Why? Because I want my son to be smarter than the average fucking rich person.
There you go. Good. The digital campaign's origin. So this is started in social media. Like a lot of these color revolutions start. They
digital campaigns. What does that even fucking mean?
They started online. These these revolutions.
So
these
now
fake
we're digitizing protests.
Yeah, so they organized a protest online allegedly, and people came out. So this
Oh,
explains it more. Infodemia's tracking identifies October 3rd as a starting point. On that day, Azteca Noticias, or Azteca News, published a report linking Mexico youth protests to a supposed global movement. Simultaneously, influencer Carlos Bello, who until then had not addressed political issues, participated in a forum at the Chamber of Deputies, which he openly criticized the Mexican government. 2 days later, October 7th, ultra right winger and tactivator Ricardo Salinas Pliego, owner of Grupo Salinas or Salinas Group, shared Bello's intervention on his social networks with a defiant message, a post that was replicated by the influencer himself. On October 12th, Bello posted that a march was being organized without specifying the cause or date. 3 days later, October 15th, the account Generaciones MX on X, formerly Twitter, shared an image with a one-piece anime flag, a symbol
oh
of
my God.
international protest, and the message was "We demand change." So,
They even have to be like dumbasses about, fanboys of One Piece. I never got One Piece. What the fuck is the plot?
I don't even know what it is. So, kind of
One
out of
Piece,
touch.
it's an anime. It's stupid
Yeah.
bullshit
I was
about
just gonna say,
thumping.
isn't One Piece an anime?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
But
now
I
I know.
watched it once with an ex of mine, and I'm like, I don't get it. What is the point of this?
Since that day, the profile began replicating content on Instagram and TikTok, much of it generated with artificial intelligence promoting the recall of the president. However, in Carlos Bello's Instagram bio, Somo Generación MX, there was a link to the initiative promoted by right-wing opposition organizer and businessman Claudio Gonzalez, and quote, "Let's save democracy." Even though it makes no sense because Claudia Scheinbaum won in a democratic election. But
If
yeah,
you want to really
definitely.
save democracy, then I
Let's
guess you
save
want to save
democracy.
socialism too.
Steph, I guess Sean Miller disagrees with you on cursive.
Calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
Is that what that says? Are you talking about the hieroglyphics like in Egypt? I mean, I could learn that. I could learn ancient Egypt and all those hieroglyphics shit.
So we have now coordinated expansion. October 21st, the mayor of Cotomac, I don't know, I'm sorry I butchered that. Cotomac, right winger noted for illegally moving statues of Fidel Castro and Che Guevara, Alessandra Rojo de la Vega invited Bello to her podcast, where they both dedicated a significant portion of the program criticizing the federal government. That same day, the account Somos Generación MX held a live broadcast promoting Number 15th March, a message amplified by users affiliated with the right-wing PAN party, such as Quique Morales and Alejandro Sacudo. Armando. Excuse me. According to
Armando Alejandro Estrada.
yeah.
Makes me
According
think
to
of the
Infodemia,
Mask of Zorro.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the Mask of
calligraphy
Zorro.
is like the old English writing. Okay.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, 179 TikTok accounts and 359 Facebook communities synchronously promoted the call to action. At least 50 of the TikTok accounts were created between October and November 2025, and 20 Facebook pages were active since October 26th. Have foreign administrators. This is definitely AstroTurfed. Elorzia explained that between October 16th and 26th, these same accounts were spreading messages demanding the recall of the president. However, on November 1st, after the murder of Carlos Manso, they simultaneously changed their message. Now they claim the march would be a memory of Manso.
What you trying to change your name to, Bad Cookies? Bad fucking cookies or what? Yeah, fuck YouTube. That's what I say too.
On November 1st, Ivan Perro, administrator of the original Generación Z Discord server, denied any connection to the X account that follows figures from the PAN party and the opposition, refuting the call for a November 15th demonstration. A day later, he posted a video of Carlos Manso on Instagram. November 3rd, he began promoting the first official mobilization held November 8th. By November 10th, he announced that Generación Z social media accounts would be changing management, revealing internal disputes among the movement's protesters. Now here we go. The role of politician and business people. The report also stated the call was supported by opposition political figures, including former President Vicente Fox, businessman Claudio X Gonzalez, and his organization Sociedad Civil de Mexico, as well as spokespeople for the PAN and PRI parties. So businessmen, politicians are also involved in this alleged revolutionary protests. One of the main promoters had been tax evader Ricardo Salinas Pliego, who has amplified the messages according to influencers and commentators close to the opposition. Has even been proposed to lead the march despite not belonging to the generation that names it. The dude's in his 50s, but nonetheless, it's supposed to be a Gen Z protest, remember. El Rosa stressed that the network is not exclusively Mexican, as foreign bots and profiles of businesses and media ties linked to Atlas Network, an organization accused of financing disinformation campaigns in Latin America, were identified. Of course, they're always involved in their disinformation campaigns to remove socialist leaders. Let's see. The Atlas family and Atlas Network and Family Bond. The Atlas Network, directed by Roberto Salinas Leon, cousin of Ricardo Salinas Pliego, wields media influence within Grupo Salinas and a global network over 500 think tanks. This organization had been accused of orchestrating political and legal campaigns, lawfare against progressive governments such as those of Pedro Castillo in Peru, Evo Morales in Bolivia, Lula da Silva in Brazil, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner in Argentina. In Mexico, the organization was linked in 2024 smear campaign against then President Andrés Manuel López Obrador and the current President Claudia Sheinbaum. There you go. This group has a history of going after left-wing presidents. Unfortunately, Lula da Silva is kind of a sellout now, so I don't, at the time he was an actual progressive, but now he's like neoliberal.
Yeah, I mean, progressive is like a, it's like a former shell of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said many times, I still can't believe how fast the progressive movement died.
Oh, I can.
Oh,
that's what they wanted. That's what the
United
corporations
States
wanted.
Is dead.
Yeah.
The international right wing in its media network. Salinas Pliego's ties to international far right extend to figures like Javier Negre, director of the Spanish media La Derecha Diario, or the Right Wing Diary. In December 2024, the Mexican businessman invited Negre to work in Mexico. And on January 30th of this year, the journalist announced the launch of the Derecha Diario de Mexico, or the Right Wing Diary of Mexico, stating that he was responding to that invitation, something he reiterated during the Festival of Freedom. Negre shares a partnership with Argentine strategist Fernando Cermedio, a specialist in digital campaigns, emotional manipulation, and use of bots, who participated in operations against Gabriel Boric in Chile and advised Javier Milei in Argentina. I'm not surprised he advised Javier Milei, being such a right-winger. Joining them is Agustin Antonetti, an Argentine activist with the Fundación Libertad Rosario, or Liberty Foundation, also linked to the Atlas Network. In the Ricardo B. Salinas Pliego Center, Antonetti, main promoter of the hashtag Narcopresidenta y Narco Candidata during 2024, directed against then candidate Sheinbaum. So that translates to
Javier was the one crying after he was in Israel at the Jerusalem Wall.
Oh God, everybody does that shit now. That's like it's like literally you have to do it now. It's like
the funny part was how he was crying. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, over the top. This hashtag Narco Presidenta is Narco President, basically. She's allegedly connected to the Narcos. Yeah, the same thing, Narco Candidate. Yeah. Finally, Eloreza mentioned Eduardo Meloni, a Venezuelan journalist based in Miami, part of the network of the Hispanic influencers that spread anti-state, anti-communist discourses, with recurring activity against the 4T and favor opposition mobilizations. Hopefully all goes well with your son, man. Let us try to keep us updated on that if you can. So yeah, basically that proves that this is done. That proves that look at these. You see how old these people are, but it's supposed to be a Gen Z protest.
Libtad?
In their 50s or 60s.
Libertad, sorry.
Me pueden quitar la vida, pero no mi libertad. other words,
Yes,
they can take my life. They can take my life, but not my liberty.
not my
And
liberty.
yeah, cuando caen mi voz, mi pueblo hablará por mí. When they shut me up, in other words, the people will speak for me. So
Well, let's hope that they
these
do that to all of us. But unfortunately, the rich want to kill all of us poor
So
people.
yeah,
So
that proves that this Gen Z march was astroturf, faked, and phony. Because not only Mexico, but the United States and right wingers in Latin America were also involved in trying to get this fake protests and fake marches. So there you go.
that's what I should do
Um,
after the cursive. After I teach my son cursive, maybe I'll teach him Spanish.
Hmm.
I'm sure they have a book on how to do it.
Is it really true that Mandani is wanting to have students learn Arabic language or Arabic
Arabic.
language? Yeah.
I would love to learn Arabic. I
no,
think that would be
but
cool.
Well, my view is that I don't think he should force.
No. You shouldn't force it, but if you want it, you should offer it. Like, my high school only offered German and Spanish. I wanted to learn French because I wanted to learn French, and Italian, but they only offered Spanish or German, so I took German because I am mostly German. So
be proactive, Miss Perfect. Teach them Russian.
I could, yeah, if my son wanted to learn Russian, I would offer it.
Okay,
You know?
Arabic numbers. That's what he said. All
Oh,
right.
Arabic
Yeah,
numbers.
that's the
Well, yeah,
thing.
because they were Arabic numbers.
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean
First.
that was a meme basically, like right wingers were falling for that. But really it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's our numbers we learn now. It's just that
Yeah, how
and a
dare
lot
you not teach our kids how to count?
and a
Like,
lot of right wingers were falling for it, like it's like literally like Arabic numbers, like from speaking Arabic instead of English.
right,
So
right. Well, that's what they were first. They were Arabic
Mhm.
numbers, and then they kind of adopted it into But yeah, they don't even trust me when I say they don't want poor people smart enough to see how majorly they're getting fucked. All right. But hey, I'm going to take my son to the fullest because when I was young, I loved algebra. I liked pre-trig or trigonometry. So if he gets into that, that's cool. Hey, whatever. But I was pretty good at all that. And if I really want to geek out, I could say I was very good at binary math. There's geeking out for you.
wow. This is a really long. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but
CIA.
the CIA and corrupt Mexican agents created the Big Capos era. This
Imaginary
article first
numbers.
appeared. They first appeared in the Sin Embargo August 27th edition. So yeah, from Mexico, Honduras, Panama, and Peru, the CIA helped establish or consolidate intelligence agencies that became forces of political repression while simultaneously enabling and protecting drug cartels.
Thank
This has been
you.
documented in
Of
court
course.
records, journalistic and academic investigations, as well as testimony from former intelligence agents. In fact, Peter Dale Scott and
No.
Jonathan Marshall, in their book Cocaine Politics, Drugs, Army, and the CIA in Central America,
Water up my nose.
argued since World War II, one of the most crucial sources of institutional protection from drug trafficking has been the CIA, which, together with the feared Federal Security Directorate, allowed the rise of the Guadalajara cartel in Mexico in the 1970s. So,
No, I'm not binary, Fred. I said binary math with binary numbers. Look it up. Google it. No, I am a woman legit in every way, shape, and form.
But Steph, what
her.
is a woman?
Yeah, what is a woman? A woman that has tits and a pussy. And if you argue with that, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you. That doesn't mean you don't have a right to be one, or if you want to be a trans woman or a trans man, go for it, baby. But don't expect me to say that I'm not a woman. I got tits. I got a pussy. Trust me, I'm a woman. All right.
yeah,
I'm not going to say I'm anything but.
Oops. So this is Gary Webb, the guy that I've talked about on the show before.
Yeah.
He looks like he should be in a 70s porn. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
he looks
like Ron Jeremy.
like bow, bow, bow. You know what I mean?
The first evidence how the CIA fueled drug trafficking was published in the San Jose Mercury News in 1996, August 96, where it published a series of reports by Gary Webb, who linked the origin of crack cocaine in California to the Contras, the U.S.-backed guerrilla force led by Ronald Reagan, who attacked the revolutionary Sandinista government in Nicaragua during the 1980s. with
Of
the
course.
Central Intelligence Agency. By the way, that Sandinista government is still in power today, so to show how
Yes.
much they failed. So in Nicaragua, so the Dark Alliance was a series of reports was called. It doesn't mention him directly, but weaves a web between the Nicaraguan guerrilla opposition and drug trafficking gangs that sold drugs in the street of California and the CIA. The text revealed that DEA own investigations were allegedly abandoned without cause or set aside for unexplained reasons. Webb, the author, committed suicide almost a decade later in 2004 under the intense pressure he received.
Chris Benoit
Received after revealing the cesspool. By the way, this article doesn't tell you how he did it, but allegedly he shot himself twice in the back of the head. Twice. First of all, you don't
how do you
commit
do
suicide
that?
like this. Nobody commits suicide like that. They get comfortable, and they usually do it here, or they eat their own gun. He was caught
It's either
before.
here or here.
They
But I
eat
never
their own
heard of it
gun.
back here.
Yeah.
That would be like a hard stretch, you know?
And even if you manage to do that, you don't shoot yourself twice.
Yeah,
There's
you
only
can't
once.
shoot yourself twice. But once and that's it.
Steph, I think you're going to be angry at bad cookies.
No, I saw it. Very funny. I am not showing my titties for you. Sorry, not sorry. Just trust me that they're real.
Uh-huh.
The same with my pussy. I'm not showing that either.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah, just trust me, bro.
Yeah,
Bruh.
in Mexico, reports indicate that Operation Condor officially consisted of eradication of marijuana and poppy.
Star Wars planet.
Yeah. I think this was Operation Condor was featured on Narcos.
Maybe it was Condor. Maybe it was Condor or Lord of the Rings, whichever.
Ted Cruz does not have tits.
Whichever universe.
Ted Cruz was born in Canada. He's a Canadian and shouldn't be running for president because it says in our Constitution, natural born citizen. I'm sorry.
Their excuse was since he's Cuban, Cubans automatically receive U.S. citizenship. Or they did. So that's why he's able to run. And he's planning on running again in 28. So
I know. That's why I was like, I'm pretty sure that the Constitution says natural born citizen. I don't give a flying fuck if he's Cuban. He's Canadian born. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well,
and then people are like, well, he just gets a pass because he's rich.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
He can't find Iran on a map either.
He couldn't find Cuba on a map.
Wait.
That's how stupid he is.
No, I didn't. Okay.
But I love it how they just gloss over anything that just doesn't fit their narrative. So the Constitution says natural born U.S. citizen, and they're just like, new phone, who dis?
So Cenk Uygur tried to run for president under that theory that even though he's not a natural born citizen, but that failed too.
And
so that
failed miserably.
Yeah. In Mexico, reports indicate Operation Condor, the eradication of marijuana and poppy crops through massive use of herbicides delivered by aircraft in the Golden Triangle of states of Sinaloa, Durango, and Chihuahua. However, Peter Dale Scott and Jonathan Marshall documentation. Yeah, it's also a state in Mexico. So
I'm sorry. Can I ask a question? What does marijuana crops have to do with anything? Marijuana is better for you than coke. It's better for you than meth. It's better for you than half these drugs, and yet somehow that's like oh god, ding ding ding! Oh my god!
If you go back to the history of marijuana being ruled illegal, is because FDR got pressure from the cigarette and alcohol companies to make it illegal because they couldn't compete with marijuana. So
right, and that's what I'm saying. It's better for you than tobacco and alcohol combined. But those companies, they have a monopoly on the market, and they will never let marijuana become legalized. Because again, they would rather you have liver problems the rest of your life and cancer from smoking than being able to heal yourself with marijuana. And by the way, I am a mama and I did breastfeed. So
let's see. Jonathan Marshall documented how the plan was used by drug traffickers who, in collusion with security agencies, exploited the operation to eliminate the competition. Mm-hmm. From there, the 18 Sinaloa's main drug trafficker moved to Guadalajara and strengthened their control over the drug trade. Similarly, there was another key factor, the DFS, then headed by Miguel Nazar Haro, implemented a comprehensive protective process for leaders of the Guadalajara cartel. In 1985, shortly after the murder of DEA agent Kiki Carbonera, who, by the way, was featured on, I think, Narcos Season 2, that whole story. I'm talking about the Netflix series.
Well, see, that's the thing. They put these cartels in business and then go, oh, God, we got to get these cartels. Well, you're the fucking ones who put them in business, dumb fucks. For that whole say no to drugs bullshit.
A senior U.S. investigator complained that the DFS was a very serious problem. Every time we arrest someone, they have a DFS card. Many people have been issued plates that aren't actually on the payroll. Journalist Elaine Sandin recounts in her book Desperados. So this goes on, but I just wanted to read that beginning there. So I'll link.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll link this in the chat. You guys want to read it, but hold on.
Do you also want to go
sounds
over
like
Kyle Gawinski getting destroyed or exposed by Asmongold?
Oh God.
If we have
fucking white Ken
time,
doll,
I'm not
fucking Kyle Kuklinski.
I'm not really that prioritized by that. Let's see.
That's true. Bad cookies. Yes, that's why they say weed is so bad because they again the alcohol and drug industry or cigarette industry having a monopoly, and they say, well, weed is bad for you, but our stuff is good. Yeah, and when you're on you need a new liver transplant, and you have cancer from all the chemicals they put in cigarettes. Yeah, sure, okay.
As Stephen A. Smith would say, stay off the weed.
This is from a couple days ago. U.S. again rejects the idea of military intervention against the cartel.
Great. Mexico rejects.
Yeah, he said that.
I thought you said U.S.
No.
Mexico. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum on Tuesday again rejected the idea of U.S. military intervention against the cartels in Mexico.
Well, unfortunately, dear Claudia, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they just want to make
you
the bad guy and the cartels the bad guys, even though they're the ones who put them in business. They could literally say, all this drug bullshit, these say no to drugs and shit. It didn't work. We're sorry. And the cartels would be out of business like that.
Mm-hmm. Comments to him a day after President Trump said he was willing to launch strikes on Mexican territory to stem the flow of drugs. It's not going to happen, Sheinbaum said, according to the Associated Press. Trump has suggested on various occasions, he has said, we offer you the United States military intervention in Mexico, whatever you need to fight the criminal groups. The Mexican leader added that she has told Trump on every occasion that we can collaborate and they can help us with information they have, but we operate in our own territory. We do not accept intervention by a foreign government. Earlier this month, NBC reported that the Trump administration has started developing detailed plans to send U.S. troops and intelligence officers into Mexico to target cartel operations that would include drone strikes, where the report said the administration wanted to coordinate the operations with the Mexican government, but is also considering conducting the campaign without Mexico's approval, which would constitute a serious violation of the country's sovereignty.
Right.
By the way, we don't care about that.
Here's why they really want to go into Mexico, for the materials. Doesn't Mexico have oil? I'm sure they do. And they got some kind of materials that we used in something like not cobalt, but something similar to that, right?
Yeah, cobalt is in the Central African Republic, which is why the U.S. has kind of been in there too.
When Tulsi Gabbard went after Pete Buttigieg for wanting to send troops to Mexico, and now she's with the administration and wants to send troops.
Now she's like, yeah, let's go fuck with Mexico. Sure, okay.
Yeah. Trump said on Monday he would seek the Mexican government permission before launching strikes, and he said he wouldn't answer that question. He added that he's been speaking with Mexico and that they know where I stand.
Okay.
Yeah, you stand with the rich people who want all their materials.
The Trump administration has been increasingly focused on Latin America with its bombing campaign against alleged boats in the region and the military buildup in the Caribbean. He's aimed to ousting Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
Why are we trying to attack Mexico and Latin America? What's our business?
Why? Again, the materials, the oil, whatever you can name, whatever Mexico has that we want.
I'm sure
gold
a lot of that
silver, for all we know.
A lot of that's the influence of Marco Rubio, who's the Secretary of State. Everybody knows.
Little Marco.
The U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth announced last week that he was calling the military campaign Operation Southern Spear, signaling that it will escalate. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but
Here's
Mexico
what's
is
going to
once
happen. We're
again.
going to fuck with every country we can to get the materials. That's all they want. They just want the oil. They want the cobalt, for example. They want the lithium in, so they can keep putting it in batteries so that they keep the batteries and computers and phones keep bloating. And hey, if your phone blows up, guess what? Fuck you. It's your fault.
And as Batista would say, give me what I want.
Give me what I want. Because he totally forgot his lines. Yeah. Nothing but bad actors now.
The Emperor Wears No Clothes, Jack Kerouac book about making cannabis and hemp illegal. Randolph Hearst and contacts to log timer for paper. Let's see.
Those avocados.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s,
It's just an example.
back in the 60s, we were told that it made black people go criminally insane. Marijuana, yeah.
Well, and when they said marijuana or made marijuana illegal, I think in the 80s, we were told, oh, it's a gateway drug. It makes you try other drugs. No, fucker, it heals you, you dumb fuck. But
Yeah, I
they
remember
did
that
that so they
propaganda.
could literally have alcohol pushed and tobacco pushed. And then, of course, here came the big pharma drugs for the painkillers, the pill pushers. They were pushing all. I mean, again, I hate to bring up professional wrestling, but I mean, back in the 80s, there were a lot of wrestlers who were walking pharmacies. Why? Because they were pushing all these fucking pills saying, well, this will cure your pain, or this will kill your pain, or this will cure this and this and this. And no wonder guys got addicted to drugs. But if they did marijuana, hey, they were cool. Did you ever hear of in a bar a guy who was smoking marijuana getting in a fight with another guy who smoked marijuana? No, because alcohol actually kills you along with cigarettes. But they won't tell you that part. They won't tell you marijuana is actually better for you than both.
During World War II, Iowa grew massive amounts of high THC hemp for ropes. It grew wild throughout the state. The government would burn it down by my schools, and the kids would go to the windows to sniff the smoke. So there you go. There's a history of THC in Iowa there. Ecuadorians vote against U.S. housing military bases. The referendum is a blow to U.S. plans to expand its military presence in Latin America. Ecuadorians voted in the referendum on Sunday and rejected measures that would allow the U.S. to establish military bases in Ecuador, a blow to the Pentagon's plan to increase its military presence in the region. So about 60% of Ecuadorians rejected the return of military bases to the country. Ecuadorian President Daniel Noboa, who has aligned himself with the Trump administration, said before the vote that U.S. military presence was needed to help combat drug trafficking and violent crime. But he said he'd accept the results of the referendum. For now, if the administration pressures him to do it, he'll allow bases to be built there.
Yeah, he'll suck the dick as long as he's told to.
That president, by the way, is a millionaire, so he's wealthy. So he got himself elected. He's like basically Trump, he's rich, but he promised to work for the people. So he got elected based on that. These are the results.
Fell for it again.
Yep. We consulted the Ecuadorians, and they have spoken. We have fulfilled what we promised, asking them directly. We will respect the will of the Ecuadorian people. Our commitment does not change, it strengthens. We will continue to fight tirelessly for the country you deserve with the tools we have. Noboa wrote on X on Monday.
Oh, geez, I'm surprised he's not blowing him.
Is on Noboa and Marco Rubio. Ecuador is a major transit hub for cocaine, and Noboa, whose family business has previously been implicated in drug trafficking, has said that 70% of global supply of cocaine flows to his country, which borders Colombia. By the way, his family's business has been implicated in drug trafficking too. So,
and yet they aren't being bombed. Last time I heard. In fact, they're trying to do blowjobs all around for them. Isn't that funny, guys?
While the U.S. War Department may have hit a snag in Ecuador, it has continued its major military buildup in Latin America, mainly in the Caribbean, as it's working to revive old bases in Puerto Rico and Panama. The U.S. is threatening a launch of war in Venezuela, with President Trump saying on Monday that he would not rule out sending troops into the country.
Of course.
The U.S. has continued its bombing campaign against alleged drug-running boats in the region, which has involved the killing of at least 82 people who were extrajudicially executed at sea. The Pentagon has provided no evidence to back up its claim what the vessels are what the vessels it's targeting are carrying, and has admitted to Congress it doesn't know the identities of the people it's bombing.
They
So
don't
they have no
care.
idea who they're bombing, but they're still doing it anyways. So there you go.
But in Ecuador, they get a free pass because they suck the dick of our politicians. See, that's what happens when you literally suck the dick of our politicians. Oh, you're running cocaine? Go ahead. Make sure you blow me good. That's all they care about. They don't care. They don't really care about all these drug cartels either. They don't care if you fucking overdose on whatever you're overdosing on. As long as they get what they want from said country. That's all they fucking care about.
So, Venezuela's Maduro says he's ready to hold face-to-face talks with U.S. officials.
Oh,
His
please
comments,
don't. You're
his
just going to get
comments
fucked in the
came-
ass, dude.
His comments came after Trump said the U.S. may be in discussions with the Venezuelan government.
Yeah. Trump
Venezuelan
says a lot of
President
stuff.
Nicolas Maduro made it clear on Monday that he's willing to hold face-to-face talks with U.S. officials and warned President Trump against starting a war in his country. Quote, in the United States, whoever wants to talk to Venezuela, we will talk face-to-face without any problem, Maduro said in his weekly television program. Comments that came after Trump suggested his administration may be holding talks to the Venezuelan government. But Trump also told reporters on Monday he wouldn't rule out sending troops into Venezuela, and the major U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean continues.
Trump
Maduro
talks
said
out
if
both
Trump,
sides of his mouth.
yeah, exactly, that if Trump ordered military strikes to Venezuela, it would be the biggest mistake of his life, which it would be because it'd be a quagmire. I mean, we would have to, if we invade, we have to stay there for decades in order to.
We'd have to stay there forever,
biggest
just like
mistake
they
of
do in Germany. They're
That's
still
what
in
he wants
Germany.
to do. That's what he wants to do. It wouldn't be a mistake. It's
No,
what-
yeah. To him, in his mind, he doesn't see it as a mistake. He sees it as, we're gonna take the oil, we're gonna take the materials.
Cut the mic. Cut the mic.
Yeah. Maduro suggested that political factions within the U.S. are trying to hurt Trump before the 2026 congressional elections by pressuring him on the Jeffrey Epstein scandal and pushing him to go to war with Venezuela. They want President Trump to attack Venezuela militarily, which would be the end of his political leadership in his name, the Venezuelan leader said, according to Miami Herald. Well, basically, he's alleging a conspiracy theory to force Trump into an invasion in order to end his political career, basically. Even though his political career is going to end anyways, but
Yeah, I mean,
they want.
well, the thing is, a lot of people I don't believe this, but they're saying that Trump is going to stay in office after his time. Again, I think the rich people need to come out with this lie that they don't give a fuck about the Constitution. Maduro is correct here that it would be suicidal for his political career, and that people would, see, the thing is, the MAGA people who are brainwashed enough to think that they suck Trump's dick and think he does no wrong, they're just going to see, oh, well, we took another trafficking, we took drugs out of the thing. But that's not what happened here. We're just doing another regime change to Maduro. And Maduro, I think, is a little delusional in itself, that he thinks it's going to be the end of Trump. Trump's people who are literally, they are only loyal to him, are going to see this as a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think what he's doing here, he's trying to kind of butter Trump up. It's like, oh, it's not your fault. It's the people around you fault. They're trying to lead you down the wrong direction, Mr. President. So please don't do this. So he's trying to butter him up, basically.
I think, he's trying to butter him up to
that Jimmy Dore means, like, I hope he does the right thing. I hope Barack Obama does the right thing, sir. I hope Barack Obama does,
But Maduro has previously focused his criticism on the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's the one that he really blames for this, who's been leading the push to war in Venezuela. Mr. President Donald Trump, you have to be careful because Marco Rubio wants your hands stained in blood, with South American blood, the Caribbean blood, Venezuelan blood. Maduro told reporter at the U.S. when the U.S. began
Maduro
bombing
doesn't
campaign.
understand that Trump's not going to listen to him. He's like,
no, and that's why I'm saying he's trying to butter Trump up, but it's almost like he's trying to convince himself, oh, well, if I tell Trump this, and this, that he's going to back off and be like, you know what, you're right. No, Trump don't care. Trump was told by his higher ups, his puppeteers, that this is what he has to do to get their materials and get their war. Fred, I hope you do get your sucked. Okay. I'm just saying, it seems like everybody nowadays just sucks a dick and that's how you get rich.
Yeah.
But back to this. Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing like he's trying to play a hand and it's like, he thinks that Trump is going to fall for it and fold. I think Trump's going to call his bluff. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Shouldn't Maduro just focus on continuing to arm his
citizens? You know? Yes, definitely. Yes.
I think he's doing both, but he's trying to butter Trump up, so it won't be necessary to do.
Right, he's trying to bring in diplomacy. He's also trying to be diplomatic about it. Hey, this would be a bad thing for you, Trump. I don't think you should do this. I mean, he's a very good politician in that way. He's also a very good diplomat in that way. He's trying to play into Trump's ego, so to speak, because Trump has a huge ego. If he could say, you know what, Trump, you're doing such a great job, but it's everyone else's fault that you are considering this. So he's trying to, adhere to that ego.
Speaking of Trump, I don't know if you were if you were going to talk about it later on, but we should also talk about Trump meeting with MBS from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
The Crown Prince.
Yeah.
Sucking his dick. Yep.
Following the first strikes on boats in the region, Maduro sent a letter to Trump urging for diplomacy, readiness to talk with Trump's special envoy, Rick Grenell.
He's trying to be the good diplomat. He's trying to do the peace thing. Hey, Trump, this is a bad idea.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a good thing for our countries to go to war, right?
Despite the U.S. push towards war, Venezuela has been cooperating with deportation flights from the U.S. Between March and mid-April, the U.S. conducted 40 removal flights to Caracas, deporting about 8,000 Venezuelan nationals.
I mean, Maduro, do you want to include yourself in the Fell For It Again award? Is that what you really want to do?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing to the Trump's ego here. I can see where his mindset. He's trying to be that diplomat. Hey, maybe we can, do this peacefully, Trump. I mean, I know it's not your fault. It's the people around. It's Mark Rubio. It's this person. It's that person. You know what? Just listen to me. I can help you out. He's trying to be diplomatic about this, and unfortunately, it's not going to work. I hate to say that because I like Maduro. I think he's a good president. He's trying to talk sense, and Trump is.
It would be. But the invasion would be disastrous, not only for Trump, but for Republicans heading into 2026 and 2028, which is why Maduro thinks, look, if I point that out to him, maybe he'll back off this invasion.
Maybe he'll back off. Maybe he'll see reason. Maybe we can have a peaceful end to this. We don't have to go to war. I don't have to lose, 90% of my land or, all of it. Yeah. So he's looking at it from a diplomatic side, whereas Trump is looking at it from like a 2-year-old side. I want, give me now. That's what
we have to bomb. We have to bomb. You have to get rid of the cartels. Blah blah blah. Yep. So, anyways, there's a poll here recently that only 21% of Americans support using the military to oust Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
Should be 0.
There should be 0.
The Reuters Ipsos poll also found that only 29% of Americans support military conducting extrajudicial executions of suspected drug traffickers. So that's higher to support the execution of people in the sea. Basically, that's surprised it's that high.
Right. What I would say to these people is, you do know that big pharma are also drug traffickers, right? Mm-hmm. You do understand that they are trying to push a drug for XYZ. And we're the only country in America, I was telling my dad this, that actually ask your doctor today about such and such a drug that will do this for you and do that for you. It's like, no. You should be going to your doctor going, I have this XYZ disease. Oh, the doctor should be like, oh, okay, we have a drug for that. You know what I mean? Because that's what other countries do.
Yeah. And remember, Lewinsky supports Big Pharma now.
Right, and that's the thing is, you have people who are so fucking brainwashed. They only see like people like cocaine and meth. Oh, those are the bad drugs. You forgot about the painkillers that they're trying to push on that people are literally overdosing on.
Yeah.
But they don't see it that way.
And when they lose their prescription, they go straight for heroin. So it's a
Right.
whole other. That's
Now
where
people are
heroin
trying
comes in.
heroin to get that buzz.
Yeah. Wesley says 21% is disturbingly high. Yep.
You're absolutely right.
Imagine if you're living in this country and another country's dictator demand your country gets bombed. Is there any wonder why Americans are seen as bad guys? Right?
No wonder at all. And you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
100%
correct, Bad Cookies. And that's what I'm trying to get through to my father and other people who think that Fox News is real. Is that literally they don't care about you. They only want to do this shit for regime change. Sorry.
Regime change.
Blah, 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 blah. And they want the materials in that said country. I said, look at Libya, look at Iraq, look at all these other countries that we have overturned. Syria. Now we overturned Syria. What's going to come out of Syria? Probably something worse than Assad was ever in his lifetime.
We have a former Al Qaeda commander leading the country now, so this is what a disaster that is. Only 21% of Americans support the idea of using the U.S. military to oust Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Results that came amid a series of reports that the Trump administration is considering a regime change war in Venezuela. The results are similar to a YouGov poll conducted in September that found only 18% of Americans support using the military to carry out regime change in Venezuela. The Reuters Ipsos poll found that 31% of respondents would favor ousting Maduro through other means, but sanctions and U.S.-backed coups in recent years has failed to remove the Venezuelan leader. So the Reuters Ipsos poll also found the majority of Americans, 51%, oppose the military to conduct executions of suspected drug traffickers without a judge or a court being involved. A rejection of the Trump administration's bombing campaign against alleged drug boats in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific Ocean.
I say this, when Big Pharma is literally put on the trial for all the deaths they have on their fucking hands, then we can do other drug traffickers. But remember, Big Pharma, they're the biggest drug traffickers alive, and they don't have any repercussions. They can't be overthrown. They don't have any anything, nothing bad happens to them. In fact, they're not even liable if your loved one dies from an overdose.
No, not only that, but they're legally protected against any civil lawsuits against them by the U.S. government. So, 29% of respondents say they support the U.S. military conducting the extrajudicial executions, which is really high. The policy has more support among Republicans, with 58% favoring the executions, and 27% of GOP members oppose. 3/4 of Democrats say they oppose the killings. I guarantee you, though, if a Democrat was in charge, this would be reversed. All these numbers would be the exact opposite. So, because Democrats
I don't know.
are,
I
just
think
like
it
Republicans.
would be still a little high, though, because again, even if you're on the Democratic side, you're still brainwashed to a point. But
Just
I
remember,
agree with you,
Democrat
Angel.
good, Trump bad.
And people are still in that mindset. They still have Democratic people and liberals in that mindset of, oh, Trump bad, so anything he does bad. Go fuck yourself.
And remember, Democrats are a trillion times better than Republicans.
According to Kuklinski.
The U.S. has continued to significantly build up its forces in the Caribbean, including the deployment of an aircraft carrier, as President Trump has been briefed on options for attacking Venezuela, ranging from limited strikes on military targets to sending troops to capture airfields and oil fields, which is a big one. Of course, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is leading the push for war with Venezuela, is creating the pretext for targeting Maduro by declaring that he's the leader of the so-called Cartel de los Soles, or Cartel of the Suns, a group that doesn't actually exist. It was totally made up by the U.S. government. The Cartel de los Soles doesn't exist.
Of course it doesn't.
So the term Cartel of the Suns was first used in the 1990s to describe two Venezuelan military generals with Sun insignias on their uniforms who were involved in the drug trade. One of the generals was working with the CIA at the time, of course. According to a 1993 60 Minutes report, today is used to describe Venezuelan military and government officials who allegedly profit from drug trafficking. But the Cartel of the Sun doesn't exist as a structured organization.
1993, we were both 7 years old.
Yep. And of course, the two generals who had the Sun insignia on their uniforms worked with the CIA. So
that doesn't give them any credibility.
Rubio said that his State Department will label the cartel the Sons a foreign terrorist organization on November 24th. President Trump said he believes the designation gives him the authorization to launch strikes on the Maduro government, but any attack without congressional authorization would be illegal under the U.S. Constitution.
Oh, they don't give a fuck about that. They wipe their ass with that Constitution
Again, it's
every
like
day.
they write this here. I mean, I understand why they write it because it's technically true, but the U.S. government doesn't care. They haven't cared since World War II, pretty much. So
that's why we overthrew Iraq. We overthrew Libya, Syria. I'm sure South Africa. We've also done some bullshit. Somalia. I mean, all these interventions that we've done literally is just terrorism. The U.S. government has become the terrorists.
So I'm sure everybody knows this because this has been big in the last couple of days. But the U.S. government and Russia are negotiating a deal where basically Ukraine cedes the Donbass and the Donetsk region to the Russian government, and basically so there's a peace deal being pushed by the administration. And they're trying to get,
but I'm not going to hold my breath.
They're trying to get
tweet that Zelensky denied or didn't accept
rejected it, yeah, but ultimately he's a puppet of the U.S. So if Trump really wants this,
a fucking asshole, you know.
Yeah, if Trump really wants this deal to go through, then he'll do it. One way or another, he'll do it.
I mean, Zelensky has outused his usefulness right now, so it would not surprise me at all if they did away with, or all of a sudden now Zelensky is unwell and gets JFK'd.
Yeah, that's the problem Zelensky has. He's outlived his usefulness to the U.S. government. So
absolutely.
Right now, he's losing this war, and Trump has said over and over again he has no chance of winning, which is true. But he's outlived his usefulness pretty much. And right now, in order to have a shot of even surviving to Christmas, like I said, he has to accept this deal. If he doesn't, so.
But then, there's other people that I'm not sure. Like, I'd like to believe Trump, but, we've seen too many things that Trump lies, and, there's just too much shit that, I just don't see this happening because, again, he said within 24 hours he would stop this proxy war. That didn't happen. I'd like to believe in this, in a dream or perfect world. No offense, Mr. Perfect. But in a perfect world, let's say, again, no offense, Mr. Perfect. I would like to believe that this would happen, but I don't think it's going to.
But,
unless they find Zelensky to be a liability. But then you have Lindsey Graham saying, no, we have to do it to the last Ukrainian. Again, believe him. He doesn't give a fuck about any Ukrainian. To the last Ukrainian means until they're completely gone.
But again, I don't think that Trump needs Senate approval to get this deal done anyways. If he does, that'd be tough to do. But
I'm afraid that they're going to talk him out of it.
Yeah. All right. So this is Trump's full 28-point peace plan for Ukraine. And much like Gaza, it's not a peace plan. It's forced capitulation written with input from Russia. That's not true. I don't agree with that. But even if this is true, it doesn't matter. I want this war to end. A few facts.
I sent you a clip that I made. I think you may have seen it about Zelensky. I don't know if Steph's seen it, but whenever you get a chance, you could play that.
I'll probably play it soon. The plan was drafted by Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, with Marco Rubio, and Jared Kushner, for some reason, was involved in this. He's not part of the government anymore. They coordinated directly with Kirill Dmitriev, Russia's sanctioned envoy. Zelensky wasn't a choice. The U.S. delivered a plan to him in an aggressive timeline, and he's been told he must.
An actor, by the way, an actor.
Yeah,
I thought he was a comedian. Well, actor comedian.
Oh yeah,
he's a actor comedian.
Not a very good one.
Trump's full 28-point Ukraine-Russia plan. Ukraine sovereignty will be confirmed. That's one. A comprehensive non-aggression agreement will be concluded between Russia, Ukraine, and Europe. All ambiguities of the last 30 years would be considered settled.
See, I think
Russia would not invade.
Can I just say one more thing?
Go ahead.
This just seems like they're trying to gather up troops for Ukraine again. Oh, hey, let's have a 30-year, because we kind of need to build up our armies again. I mean, because they got decimated. So this just sounds like a bunch of bullshit to get Ukrainians' armies.
Yeah, maybe
back up.
that's it, but but it's been so bad that Ukraine has to they have to go for retards, for lack of better words, in order
No,
to
no,
have
you're
them
absolutely
fight.
correct. That's why I'm saying, like, there has to be a catch to this.
Yeah.
They'll
So
play
they've been
the
reduced.
siren again, and then they'll play the Applebee's commercial.
Yeah, so they've been reduced to go after like mentally challenged people, let's say. So-
Cold beer on Friday
because
night. Sorry.
I used the politically incorrect word retards, but they're mentally
No,
challenged.
you're
let's
absolutely
say.
correct.
So,
They're called retards for a reason because they're mentally
Yeah.
retardations. Yeah.
yeah.
I had a mentally retarded friend, and trust me, she doesn't care if you say mentally retarded.
Yeah. U.S. mediated Russia-NATO dialogue will be launched to resolve security issues and promote cooperation. If I'm the Russians, I wouldn't work with NATO at all, but that may be a sticking point for the Russians.
Remember, they're Russian.
That's what I'm saying. This seems like too good to be true, and usually, if it is, it is.
Ukraine will receive reliable security guarantees. For the first time, U.S. explicitly offers Ukraine a former security guarantee. Details are unspecified, though. So number 6, Ukraine's military will be capped as 600,000 personnel. The current size is 800 to 850,000. Ukraine must enshrine permanent neutrality. It will never join NATO, and NATO will codify that. That's a big deal to the Russians. This is what desperately want.
Right. But they were never going to get that anyway. Even if they were saying publicly, oh, Ukraine's going to join NATO, but then in private they were saying, oh, there's no way that they're going to join NATO. No, are you kidding me? Like, they want to be with the cool kids? Okay.
Yeah, this is why Russia invaded, because Biden kept insisting that Ukraine would join NATO at some
Bad
point.
Cookies, are you looking for a mail order bride from the Ukraine? You crazy guy. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, in public they were like, I mean, they want to be part of the cool kids. Can you believe this shit?
Yeah, NATO. So number 8, NATO agrees not to station troops in Ukrainian territory.
Yeah, like that won't
Number
happen.
9, European fighter jets will be stationed in Poland. Number 10, the U.S. security guarantee comes with conditions.
Oh, no.
The U.S. receives compensation, so they want the Ukrainians to pay them for protection, basically. So it's an old school.
Extortion. That's extortion.
Yeah. It's an old school protection racket from the mafia. It's like
Putin
hey,
is a fool if he takes this deal.
No, that'd be the Ukrainians.
I mean the Ukrainians,
not
yeah.
Putin.
Well, anyone is literally a fool for taking this deal. That's extortion.
Yeah, it's like an old school mafia protection racket. Hey, if you don't give us money, your business could be destroyed, or your windows would be destroyed,
you got a
or you
nice
have your
little
legs
country
broken.
there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
Yeah. If Ukraine invades Russia, the guarantee is void. If Russia invades Ukraine, sanctions snap back in recognition
Which
of
didn't
territory
fucking do anything. The ruble was higher than it's ever been.
Yeah. So the sanctions don't matter to Putin, yeah. If Ukraine files a missile of Moscow or St. Petersburg without cause, the guarantee is void. Ukraine becomes eligible for EU membership and receives temporary preferential access to EU markets.
Fuck you,
I don't know if that'd be an issue for Putin if he joins the EU, so Putin might not like that part. A global reconstruction package is launched, including a Ukraine development fund, joint U.S.-Ukraine energy
They don't
project.
need a development. See, this is what I'm talking about. Development fund. That literally tells me that they just want this little this piece for 30 years so they can again build up their army and get more troops.
Because this development fund is most likely going to be U.S. money given to U.S. companies in order to rebuild Ukraine. Yep. It's kind of like what happened after World War II with the Marshall Plan. You know, that was the same thought plan. You know, yeah, we'll rebuild Europe, but we'll make a shit ton of money in the process.
Well, not only that, but then we'll give Ukraine enough time to get up their military again, so they can pretend like they are some kind of, some kind of threat to Russia. Again, Russia pummeled you, and you had as much time with troops as you could think of, and yet Russia still, you're never going to be a threat to Russia.
It's like expecting Canada to be a threat to the U.S. That's not going to happen.
Wait a minute. I don't want to be Bret Hart's enemy.
Breaking news. MTG's resigning from Congress in January.
What?
Good.
Yeah.
Why?
Probably because
I think she's probably not going to be. They're not going to, because she's been against Trump. So
she's not
she
get
had her
reelected
baby face turn. So now she's going to go, well, I'm not going to be elected again. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna resign. But yeah, she's probably running for president, so she's preparing for that too, which
Probably.
is that's my assumption.
But
That's why she's
if anyone
resigning.
votes for her, you're a sucker. This is her
Yeah.
baby face turn.
So another point: joint U.S. Ukraine energy projects, modernization of Ukraine's infrastructure, investment in mining and natural resources. That's a big one for Trump.
Of course,
he
they
wants
want
this
all the
investment.
resources. Here we go again. We are literally mining everyone's resources.
And this is a big one too: a World Bank financing package.
That sounds
So
like.
they're gonna put Ukraine.
Doesn't that sound like a CBDC?
They're gonna put.
It sounds like a
They're
big
gonna put
CBDC
Ukraine.
to me.
Yeah, they're gonna put Ukraine in a lifelong of debt because the World Bank is gonna. They're gonna put a shit ton of interest and a shit ton of conditions in order to get the money. So Ukraine's gonna be fucked.
MTG's re-signing Thomas Massey, he should be doing the same thing. It would make sense.
Thomas Massey just gets a pass because he's also a baby face in this, and he's been trying to do good things. Yet he votes along with every other politician when it comes to certain things. So
I read something where he votes with Trump like 70 or 80% of the time.
I don't
So
trust
he votes
Thomas
for Trump
Massey
most
as
of
far
the
as I
time.
can throw my car.
Russia will be reintegrated into the global economy. Gradual lifting of sanctions, long-term U.S.-Russia economic cooperation, joint ventures in AI, energy, infrastructure, rare earth, and Arctic extraction. And Russia rejoins the G8, which was a G9 back in the day. But since Russia was kicked out, now it's a G8. So it'll go back to being a G9 is my guess. Frozen Russian assets will be allocated as follows. $100 billion used to rebuild Ukraine, run by the U.S. Of course,
that's a money-making scheme.
The U.S. receives 50% of profits from reconstruction
Jesus
investments.
Christ, a really big money-making machine.
Europe contributes another $100 billion. Remaining frozen assets go into a U.S.-Russia joint investment vehicle to deepen economic ties. So Russia gets none of their money back.
Nope, they're just going to invest it in stupid shit that the United States is just going to say, oh, well, we'll wash your hand, fingers crossed, behind their back.
So the Russians are being robbed of $100 billion, basically.
Yeah.
And so that's really, I don't know if Putin
the same
ever
thing
agreed
that
to
they
this
did
either.
to Iraq. They took all Iraq's money, held it up in court systems for years and years and years, still haven't given that money back to Iraq.
No. So a joint U.S.-Russia security working group will monitor compliance. Russia will codify in law a policy of non-aggression towards Europe and Ukraine.
How about you go suck a dick?
The U.S. and Russia will extend nuclear arms control treaties, including a New START
now,
treaty.
does that see how that oh, well, Russia can't have any aggression towards this person or that person, but it's not the same for Ukraine. Ukraine was the one that started the shit.
They don't have to pass a legislation saying they have non-aggression towards Russia.
And it should be Ukraine because Ukraine was the one bombing the Donbass and the other region I can't think of right now. The Donbass Donetsk. Yes. So the Donetsk and Donbass regions were literally being bombed by Ukraine because these are people who wanted to be a part of Russia. They spoke Russian. And now they're saying, well, Russia, how dare you, invade another country?
Bad Cookie says,
okay, how about the fact that Ukraine literally bombed their own people?
Don't forget Kyle and Crystal support Ukraine. So
of course they do, because they're fucking little dick suckers.
Bad Cookies asked who moves in, Deutsche Bank or Wells Fargo?
Probably both.
I think both or Deutsche Bank because they're European banks.
Hey, Deutsche Bank always is behind all that criminal activity.
Yeah. Ukraine reaffirms its non-nuclear status under the NPT. The Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant will be operated under IAEA supervision. Electricity will be split 50-50 between Russia and Ukraine. Education, social programs promoting multicultural tolerance will be mandated in both countries. Because obviously Ukraine is full of Nazis, so they're promoting multiculturalism.
Oh,
but
so
it has to
they
be done
have
in
to
both countries.
So I'm questioning that to now everyone has to be a fucking Nazi like the ones in Ukraine. And these are people who literally bow down to Stefan Bandera, who was a worse Nazi, so bad of a Nazi they kicked him out of the fucking SS.
Yeah, they kicked him out. That's how
That's
bad
how
he
bad
was.
he was.
But the issue, this multicultural thing, I think it also connects to the Russians because Russia is anti-gay, so they want him to be pro-gay now. So that's why they're forcing him to take this tolerance stuff, social programs,
Well,
which Putin wouldn't agree to either because that's how he gets reelected. Because that's how he got reelected, because he connected himself to the Russian Orthodox
and
Church,
again, I
and they're
don't
anti-gay.
agree
So
with any of that. I think you should allow consenting adults. That means over 18.
yeah,
Two consenting adults should have the right to be together, whether they're same sex or different sexes. That's where I disagree with Putin. But with all this just seems like this is literally a hand job to the fucking Ukrainians,
But remember,
who literally started all the shit.
Putin's the evil guy, the war criminal, even though he's favored overwhelmingly by the
He
Russians.
is nicer than Zelensky has ever been, or our U.S. government. Putin is not a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
So Ukraine must adopt EU standards for minority rights. Both sides end discriminatory laws. This is big because the Russians have banned gay marriage by law, or even homosexual activity by law. Forget about gay marriage. You can't even be a homosexual on the streets; you get arrested.
Wow. So yeah, that's not right. That needs to be fixed.
Yeah, but Putin's not going to agree to
Right,
that because
and
he's politically
it's
connected
Putin's country.
to.
We really have no say in that. I don't agree with it, but again, we can't just go in and say, Putin, you need to treat gays right. He'll
He's
tell
never
you to
going to
fuck
agree
off,
to that. Because it's his political benefit that gay people, not only gay marriage is banned, forget about that. You can't even be gay in the streets without being arrested.
Right.
So, equal media for Ukrainian and Russian outlets. Again, media rights. The Russians never going to agree to that, and neither the Ukrainians. So this has got to be probably be taken out too. It's like asking the U.S. to have equal media rights. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, right. I mean, they would rather propagandize.
How are you going to tell? How are you going to tell the Ukrainians and the Russians they have to have equal media rights? Let's see. All Nazi ideology must be banned.
Yeah,
no more Nazi ideology.
Yeah, Ukraine will say, "Fuck you." we have a right to be Nazis and praise suck the dick of Stefan Bandera.
And remember, Bernie voted to give Nazis the weapons.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is very similar to the peace plan, 2020 peace plan Trump had for Israel and Palestine, which didn't happen either. Territorial agreements, Crimea, Donetsk, and Lugansk.
Territorial arrangements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was agreements. Crimea, Donetsk, and Lugansk are recognized as de facto Russian, including by the U.S. Parts of Kherson and Zaporizhzhia become frozen contact line zones, also de facto recognition.
I mean, aren't those? I know Donbass and Lugansk or whatever that is, Lugansk. Sorry. Anyway, Crimea and stuff that was all taken by Russia because they were all Russian speaking. They wanted to become
they're all
Russia,
ethnic Russians and they speak Russian anyway.
Right.
So.
This other part. Maybe they just wanted to be Ukrainians. I don't know. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, so this it's controlled by the Russians, but technically it's going to be part of Ukraine. This is part of the agreement, apparently.
I mean, okay.
Russia gives up other agreed areas. Ukraine withdraws from remaining parts of Donetsk. The zone becomes a Russian-recognized neutral buffer.
Russia ain't going to give up agreed areas because they already have the areas that they want. Mm-hmm. What other areas are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but they keep insisting that Russia has to give up the territory, or not the three I just mentioned, but other territory they had. Russian forces cannot enter the buffer zone. Number 22, both sides agreed not to alter future borders by force. Security guarantees void if Ukraine violates this. Number 23 is Russia guarantees Ukraine access to the Dnieper River and free Black Sea grain shipping. Number 24, humanitarian committee is created to exchange all prisoner and bodies, return detained civilians and children, implement family reunification, provide aid to victims of the conflict. By the way, a lot of this is to Russia, especially the children, because the Russians took in a bunch of Ukrainian children. And that was why Putin was charged with a war crime, even though the real reason he did it was to protect the
them.
children
Yeah,
from,
he was protecting them. Where Ukrainians were fucking killing them and raping them.
Yeah.
Remember, we're at war with Russia. Remember who said that?
No.
I mean Keith Oberlin. He can go suck a
He
dick.
lost his mind.
This just seems like a big grab and gimme to Ukraine. This is like you sucking the dick of Ukraine and telling Putin, you better do it.
So
how many times have you
it's
said it now, Steph?
At least 20.
Yeah, I lost count. So the family reunification is kind of the same idea that Russia has the return of
he
Ukrainian
was trying
children.
to save those kids. He wasn't hurting those kids, and yet they tried. But when you turned around and they said, "Oh well, the Ukrainian kids, well they were getting raped and sodomized, and then they were killed." Oh well, that's just Ukraine. That's just war.
So Bad Cookie says Putin is gay. Have you seen him wearing that Chanel suit? Total rainbow flag profile.
I don't care
right there.
what his sexual orientation is. I'm saying this is like a total giveaway to Ukraine.
Number 25, Ukraine must hold national election within 100 days of the agreement, which Zelensky never agreed to because he would lose.
Yes, he would lose.
Because he's deeply unpopular. So, number 26, full amnesty for all parties, for all actions taken during the war. No prosecutions, no war crime claims. So, in other words, everybody gets immunity, including Putin and Zelensky. So, part of this deal.
Well, first of all, Putin didn't do any war crimes. Second of all, Zelensky did all the war crimes. And no, I'm sorry. Zelensky doesn't get a free pass. See, I'm saying this is a free pass to Ukraine. Ukraine gets almost everything they fucking wanted and more.
Well, remember,
no, fuck you.
Yeah. Putin's a bad man, and we got to stop him.
Yeah. Number 27, the agreement will be legally binding and enforced by a peace council chaired by President Donald J. Trump. So this is the Peace Council, which I'll get to in a moment, which was created by the UN and is chaired by the President of the United States, of course.
Who is not a peace
he's in
candidate.
charge of this peace.
He's not
peace
for
council.
peace.
Yeah. This same governing structure, Trump was used. Trump chaired oversight body empowered to impose sanctions. So the last one, number 28, a ceasefire begins as soon as both sides pull back to the agreed positions.
It's not going to happen.
So
it's almost like they wrote this as a joke. Like, this is the terms of the agreement, and Putin went, you guys are funny. Now come back with the real shit.
So, Angel, play that clip that I sent you with Zelensky.
If Putin is gay, I really don't care. I mean, I wish him all the happiness in the world. But the fact that he doesn't allow gay marriage, again, this is not me. This is him. I don't like him because of that. It's not one person's decision that two consenting adults over 18 are, can't get married and have happiness, whatever. You know what I mean? That would be like telling my neighbors that they can't get legally married even though they love each other.
It's not loading for me. Hold on. Let me try to reload it. It's not loading for me. Like, this new chat feature sucks. All right. It absolutely sucks. Yeah.
I think you may have seen it, Steph, or Angel. I think you may have seen, but I don't think Steph's seen it before.
Now it's not even playing. So this chat feature just sucks.
Yeah, I agree. It's now on a desktop. If you try to get to your messages on a desktop, you have to put in some kind of fucking code. But if you do it for on your application on your phone, you don't have to put in a fucking code for it. It's stupid.
It's like trying to get you to use. I mean, if you want, but this is I don't know.
If you can get up on your side, all he has to do is approve it.
Maybe I'll send you a post on it. Maybe just a post.
Okay. Yeah. Just
that could work.
Send me in a thingy.
So yeah, let's see. So there's a lot of talk about how the world is now multipolar. There's no real empire of real superpower, but this whole peace council thing.
Yeah. It's just it sounds like it's just a hidden thing to, just build up Ukraine again to where they can have troops and pretend like they're some kind of threat to Putin, which they aren't, and somehow give everything to Ukraine and suck their dick. Bad cookies. I mean, again, marriage can be a beautiful thing if you're with someone that you want to marry. I don't. This is my thing on marriage because I'm about to marry my soulmate twin flame. I think him and I being married is a good thing. Yeah, and we're not miserable at all. So I see marriage differently than someone else. Hey, if you want to believe that's what marriage is, that's fine. Whatever. That's why we have different opinions and we can agree to disagree.
Hold on a second, because there's this peace plan which for what's the face Israel Gaza peace plan that
Another
the administration
one,
is
another
posting
fake
as well.
fake thing.
Yeah.
Again, these
Do
proposals,
I have
I
it?
literally I just feel it in my bones that they're just facades. They're for something
Yeah, I mean,
so
I
that Israel
wouldn't
can build
be.
up, or Ukraine can build up their army, or Israel is oh yeah, we'll do the
I don't
peace
have
plan
it.
the peace plan. Bomb.
All right, I just
Yeah, I
posted it,
don't.
Angel.
I don't trust Israel as far as I can throw my car.
Hold on.
And by the way, for
Let's
everyone in the
see.
audience, fuck Israel.
Yeah.
Fuck
Who's going
Israel.
to disagree with
Okay,
me?
I got it. All right. Whoops.
It's really fun.
First of all I hear is
It is obvious that American business can become the locomotive that will.
First of all I hear is the plane, boss. That's what it sounds like. He sounds like Hervé Villachev.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was being dubbed.
The locomotive.
Boss, the plane.
It is obvious that American business can become the locomotive that will once again
Locomotive.
push forward global economic growth. We have already managed to attract attention and have cooperation with such giants of the international financial and investment world as BlackRock, JP Morgan, and Goldman Sachs,
JP
such
Morgan Chase,
American
Goldman.
brands as
I like how he says those words. We've attracted BlackRock, JP Morgan, Golden Sachs. I love Golden.
Especially BlackRock. I mean, they're in Ukraine.
What is this clip from? What year?
It was
I don't
from
know.
like a year or two ago.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
can I
this
just say
is-
something? Zelensky sounds like he needs to take a major shit and he's trying to hold it back.
That's why I keep asking him.
I got
because of
to
his
take
voice.
a shit,
Yeah.
but I cannot.
He's like locomotive. He meant
Locomotive.
locomotive, but he can't even say it right. So the English not his first language, to be fair, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds ridiculous.
Have you
sounds
seen
like
the
he's
Golden
taking a shit.
Sachs?
we are looking closely at Abrams. Thousands of such examples are possible. And everyone can become a big business by working with Ukraine in all sectors, from weapons and defense to construction, from communication.
Everything from weapons and defense to constructing the shit those weapons blow up, and then making more weapons to blow up the shit we just fixed.
I think I'm going to move to Ukraine.
It's
where
the
did
cycle of a
Zelensky
cut.
learn
It's
English?
great.
Where did Zelensky
I
learn
don't- yeah.
English from? Natasha and Boris from Bullwinkle?
Uh-huh.
An opportunity right
A
now.
lot of opportunity.
To agriculture, from transport to IT, from banks to medicine. And I believe that freedom must always win.
I love how he says BlackRock,
So much shit.
JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, from everything from this to that to building, construction to weapons. But oh, by the way, freedom. I'm sorry, what? Freedom?
Freedom.
That's right. This is about freedom. Right at the end, he slips it in. This is about freedom. Holy shit! I almost forgot. This is about freedom.
It's about freedom, and it's not about freedom.
even
They don't
though-
give a fuck about freedom.
Even though he's canceled elections permanently and he's banned his
Is that what you call
political
freedom?
opponents from
That
running.
you are now the
But that's
dictator
freedom.
of Ukraine?
It is
Yeah.
obvious.
Oops. I need
It's
to
not
retry that
obvious.
again, So there is a multi-point plan for Russia. No, excuse me. Israel and Gaza peace. Hold on, let me look. I didn't. For some reason, I didn't save it.
This sounds like
Israel,
the exact same plan
Gaza
for Israel and
peace
Gaza
plan.
that they just had for
Oops.
Ukraine and Russia,
Yeah, it's like kind of the same
which
thing.
is literally you suck the dick of Israel or you get nothing.
Yeah. Let's see.
You were born a man, you will die a man. I said that to what's her name? I said the exact same thing to what the fuck is her name? Oh shit! Now I'm drawing a blank. Hey, guess what? someone, what's her name? Candace Owens.
Oh.
Candace Owens. I said the exact same thing. Candace Owens, you were born a man and you will die a man because you act like one because you suck a lot of dick.
So the United Nations Security Council votes to allow for the peace plan for Gaza. Of course, Russia and China abstained in the vote, which provides a legal mandate. No, it's not. But Russia and China has abstained, which is what I'm saying. You know, people think Russia and China are pretty powerful, but they're not. They both bent the knee to the United States because they abstained in this vote. They could have very easily said, no, it's ridiculous and we're not doing it.
Because they know America is the problem child that will go off and have a fucking temper tantrum. Whereas Russia and China are like over here going, that's okay. He's just mentally retarded. That's the United States.
Yeah, let him do that fake peace plan of his. Because that's what I'm saying. They're scared of the U.S., which is why, even though people say it's multipolar world now, Russia and China equally powerful as the U.S. No, they're not. They're nowhere near as powerful as the U.S., especially in the military.
When I'm sick of every fucking retarded right winger telling me that China is my enemy. China is not my enemy. Russia is not my enemy. You know who my enemy is? The fucking rich pedophiles trying to come after my son. That's my enemy.
I mean, look at this. Look at that shit.
That is Gaza, right?
Yeah.
The United Nations, The United Nations Security Council approved President Trump's peace plan for Gaza on Monday.
And no, for all the conservatives, it wasn't Hamas. It wasn't Hamas that did that.
Nice bike, dude.
No, the council provided a legal mandate for an international force to enter and demilitarize and govern Gaza. The U.S. resolution passed with 13 votes in favor and 0 against. Russia and China abstained in the vote. The U.S. had been isolated in the UN for its staunch support with Israel.
Bad cookies. My son is 9 years old. So yes, they do want my son.
Yeah. But the vote marked a major victory for the Trump administration and its vision for Gaza's
My son is
future.
not 18 yet.
For 2 agonizing years, Gaza, home to over 2 million souls.
Oh, stop acting like you give a fuck.
Has been a crucible of conflict, a hell on earth. This resolution, colleagues, is no mere paper promise. It's a life.
Yes, it is. Exactly what it is. A paper promise.
It's literally a paper promise that you guys will fucking use against Gaza because, I mean, you're just paper puppets. That's all you are, puppets.
The U.S. resolution called...
Sorry, one more thing. Bad cookies. Yes, I know, because in a few years, probably like 3 years, I'm going to have the sex talk with my son. So, he's only 9 right now. So, they would love to give him an early education. And guess what? Big Mama ain't going to fall for that.
Just ignore this part where it's $1 a week. I mean, I can't get rid of that. So,
it's okay.
The U.S. resolution calls for an international stabilization force to enter, demilitarize, and govern Gaza. The proposal, which contained Mr. Trump's 20-point ceasefire plan, envisions a board of peace to oversee the plan, though that does not clarify the composition of the board. But we do know the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is leading the board. So, ironically, even though he's the board of peace, but the President of the United States, of all people, is leading it, ironically. The resolution passed with 13 votes in favor, 0 against. They abstained, apparently swayed by the majority of the resolution from a number of Arab and Muslim countries. Egypt, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates, as well as Indonesia, Turkey, and Pakistan, which is a member of the council. So all these countries voted in favor of the resolution. Mike Waltz, ambassador to the United Nations, had said it's hell on earth. Whose fault is that? That's
no shit.
Yours.
Why don't you fucking go there? You'll see how much hell on earth it is.
It's a copy of the resolution describing it as a lifeline. That's a lie. After the vote, Mr. Waltz thanked the council for joining us in charting a new course for the Israelis, Palestinians, all the people in the region alike. Security Council resolutions are considered legally binding by international law. Although the council does not have a mechanism for enforcing such resolutions, it can take measures to punish violators with penalties such as sanctions.
They ain't gonna punish Israel.
Yeah,
My
and a
ass
post in
cheeks.
Truth Social, Mr. Trump wrote, "Congratulations to the world, an incredible vote by the United Nations Security Council just moments ago.
And guess what, Trump? You
Acknowledging,
had fucking nothing to do with it.
yeah,
Fucking warmonger.
acknowledging, endorsing the board of peace, which will be chaired by me, and to
Me.
include the most
It's all
powerful,
about
respected
me.
leaders throughout the world." Yep. So there's no way Trump would agree to a board of peace without him chairing it. He had to be the leader because of his
Because he's a
ego.
narcissist piece of shit.
Yeah. He thanked various countries, including Russia and China, and said the vote would lead to further peace all over the world. Still, the path forward is plagued by many uncertainties, with Israeli strikes continuing in Gaza and outbreaks of violence erupting in the West Bank. Among the next steps would be naming members to the Board of Peace, the body in charge of overseeing the transition in Gaza, and clarifying under whose authority stabilization force would operate. Probably be the U.S., I had to guess, or NATO. The resolution says the Palestinian Authority, which is partly governs the West Bank, undergoes reforms and the redevelopment of shattered Gaza Strip advances. The conditions may finally be in peace for a credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood.
No.
That's not going to happen.
No, all they
Israel
want
would
that
never agree
Gaza
to it.
Strip for is literally so they can remodel it for the Israel side. They don't want Palestinians to own anything, especially in the Gaza Strip. That was all to rebuild for Israel.
They will
Sean
own
says
nothing,
that
be
the
happy,
news-
sea bugs.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
in
I said it before you.
Yeah.
I mean,
The news-
you're keeping it real. It's true.
Yeah, the news is so unprofitable. They're hoping for $12 a year. Yeah, the New York Times is desperate. $1 a week for the first year, not even 6 months anymore. Wow, that's how desperate they are to sign up. Algeria's ambassador to the United Nations, Amar Benjima, the only Arab member of the council who is negotiating on behalf of the United Nations Arab Group, thanked Mr. Trump for his personal engagement in bringing the conflict to Gaza to an end. But he said the aspirations of Palestinians for a state should not be overlooked. So everybody's sucking up to Trump. Genuine peace in the Middle East cannot be achieved without justice for the Palestinian people who have waited for decades for the creation of an independent state, he said.
Yeah, you too.
You too, bad cookies. That's very sweet. Though I don't really like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, considering what we did to the Native Americans, but I catch your point.
Yeah, I gotta talk
I
about
say
next
Happy
Friday,
Indigenous People Day because that's what they want to be referred to
because
as.
next Friday is the day after Thanksgiving and Black Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna have a show. I might not, but I might do it anyways, depending
Are you
on
going to
what
be out
happens.
looking for great
doing
deals?
Black Friday, then we could still do the show, right?
Yeah, technically we could, but
I mean, my son will be with his dad, so
I'm not planning anything. So we could probably do the show next Friday, but
yeah, I'm not playing anything, and I don't have to work
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm between jobs right now, but I digress. Following the first strike on boats in the region, Maduro sent. Wait, why did this go from? Oh, I'm in the wrong article. That's why. Excuse me. Genuine. Okay, I read that already. Many council members, including France, Guyana, Pakistan, Slovenia, and Somalia, had an issue with the fact the resolution did not include clear language on Palestinian statehood because they have no intention of doing it.
They have no intentions of doing it.
But they said that they had endorsed a proposal to support the political momentum, prevent the resurgence of violence, and allow much-needed humanitarian aid to flow into the enclave. They reiterated that the territorial integrity of Gaza must remain intact, and that the lasting peace must be rooted in a two-state solution.
Fuck the two-state solution.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Israel would never agree to it. The language in the
That's the
resolution
first thing, yes.
about Palestinian statehood had drawn objections from Israel, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying on Sunday that our opposition to a Palestinian state in any territory has not changed.
Go fuck yourself, BB.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, he's never, as long as BB is in charge, it's never going to happen. If he's not in charge, if it's a more of a left-wing leader in Israel, maybe they'll agree to it. But as long as Netanyahu is around, there's no way they're going to do it. Among the challenges the International Stabilization Force will face, how to confront Hamas's fighters who are still armed and present in Gaza.
Hamas is not the problem.
The resolution states that the force will be responsible for destroying the military infrastructure in Gaza and decommissioning the militant group's weapons.
Again, this is a major giveaway to Israel. They never had the Palestinians at heart. They don't give a fuck about the Palestinians.
The President Trump only cares about his own ego and power. He's like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm in charge of this board of
So
peace.
does the
of course. What are you
UN. The
talking
UN
about?
only cares about what BB wants.
But Arab and Muslim countries expected to send soldiers to Gaza, Egypt, Indonesia, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates are wary of their troops engaging in armed clashes with Palestinian militants and any more bloodshed turning Arab public opinion against their involvement. The Trump administration sought the mandate of the United Nations because those countries said there needed Security Council authorization so that troops would not be viewed by their own populations as occupiers in Gaza.
Of course, they do nothing wrong. And again, they're fucking all these kids because in Israel, it's okay to be a pedophile. So they're taking all these prisoners from Gaza and fucking their kids.
The resolution went through multiple revisions and negotiations last week and faced significant pushback from many council members, including Europeans, who demanded more clarity on Palestinian statehood and the board of peace, which is not going to happen. They didn't, and they voted for it anyways. They got no clarity on that.
They have no intention of being nice to Gaza or being fair to Gaza.
Yeah. At one point late last week, objections by China and Russia, which typically coordinate their positions around resolutions by the United States, threatened to derail the resolution altogether. Russia drafted its own 10-point counter-solution in Gaza, which called for Palestinian statehood and said that Israeli-occupied West Bank and Gaza should be joined as a state under the Palestinian Authority, which is not going to happen.
I mean, Russia is on the right side of history, and I mean, oh, well, you should hate Russia. Russia's not my enemy,
Which is why,
dumb motherfucker.
Unfortunately, they ultimately stood down to the U.S. in the actual vote.
But I mean, at least they were on the right side of history.
Yeah, because I would have wished that they would have torpedoed this and the Chinese too.
Oh, that would have been so awesome. But then, what you would hear in the propaganda rumor mill is, oh, China and Russia trying to make Israel, bombed again, or they trying to downgrade Israel.
They're the boogeyman. Boogie.
They're
boogie.
Hamas. or the propaganda is pro-Hamas, Russia and China. After the vote, Russia and China said they abstained from the vote because the resolution lacked clarity on key components that the United States has not responded to multiple demands to provide more details on the board of peace and its two-state solution.
That just means
that
they stood down because they're scared of America.
Yeah, Palestinian self-determination for post-war governance of the enclave was not fully reflected. Today is a sorrowful day for the Security Council. Russian Ambassador to the United Nations Vasily Namaisa told the council he called for a resolution, another pig in a poke, something obtained without careful inspection first, and said the United States had gotten it through by twisting the arms of
the council. Yeah, they said you do this or we're hey, you got a nice family there. It'd be a shame if something happened to them. This is called blackmail.
The United States made minimal compromises in the resolution, instead rallied the support of Arab and Muslim countries to pressure Russia and China not to be seen as obstacles to a breakthrough in Gaza. Diplomats said that Mr. Waltz had also warned the countries during negotiations that if the resolution failed, the ceasefire in Gaza would collapse.
That's not what
blackmail.
He, no,
hey,
no.
look.
He probably said,
look,
hey,
by
you
the
guys
way,
have nice families over there. It'd be a shame if something happened to them. They are the mafia, guys.
It's like, hey, by the way, if you don't agree to this deal, Israel bombed Gaza again.
They're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. And even if they, and when they do it, there's the UN's going to go, new phone, who this? What bomb?
Yeah.
They're not going to hold Israel accountable.
The stakes were high for all major actors. Palestinians looked for suffering in the war to end. Israelis want Hamas disarmed, and the United States hoped to be a major player in bringing peace to the region. UN Security General Antonio Gutierrez welcomed the resolution, saying in a statement that it was an important step and he encouraged all parties to abide by it. It's essential now to translate diplomatic momentum into concrete, urgently needed steps on the ground, he said. The resolution allows the World Bank, a UN entity, to allocate financial resources for the reconstruction of Gaza and calls for the establishment of dedicated trust for this purpose. The World Bank, they're going to put Gaza into debt. That's all they're going to do, and they have demands. Yep. So that's all. This is all bullshit.
World Bank is really trying to get everybody on CBDCs and digital IDs. That's all that is.
It authorizes the Board of Peace to oversee Gaza at least until 2027. And says that the enclave will be managed day to day by a technocratic, apolitical committee of competent Palestinians from the Strip. Total bullshit. That sounds like legalese for, hey, look, we'll put Palestinians in. We claim our Palestinians that we like to govern Gaza.
The ones that suck our dicks. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, it'll be led by Donald Trump.
I'm sure that there are Palestinians that are rich enough to say, "Okay, don't kill me. I give you money. I suck your dick." I'm sure they're out.
Yeah. Nayib Bukele is a Palestinian, by the way. Who's the president of Honduras? He's a Palestinian by trade, so he'll probably be a part of this board too that leads Gaza. If I'm sure Trump would appoint him. The stabilization force will also coordinate with Egypt and Israel to train and support Palestinian police personnel, protect civilians, work on secure humanitarian corridors, and secure border areas. That's the end of the article, but there you go. That's the plan. It passed.
Translation, we're literally going to do anything that Israel wants to do and fuck Palestinians in Gaza. Moral of the story, they don't give a fuck about Gaza. They're going to do whatever Israel wants. They're going to suck the dick of Israel, and anyone who tries to protest in Gaza will be killed. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
So it sounds like Thomas Massie will not be re-signing either, because he said, "I'm very sad for M10G, hope
well." I mean, again, if you don't, here's the thing. MTG and Thomas Massie both vote with Trump, like Angel said, 70 or 80% of the time. They were trying to turn them into baby faces, and now they're just going, "Oh, well, I'm not going to be re-signed because I went against the great Donald Trump. So I'm just going to bow out gracefully." Yep.
Yeah, as everybody knows, Nicki Minaj held a speech at the UN for some reason. And the point of the speech was to congratulate President Trump on protecting Christians in Nigeria, which we covered a couple of weeks ago, where they're angling for war because to protect Christians in Nigeria. And Nicki Minaj, of course, like a good little girl, that gave President Trump exactly what he wanted, which was, "Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Trump, for protecting the Christians in Nigeria." Even though it's not about that at all, as we all know. So this is Malcolm X calling it. He knew exactly what would happen. So
this included Lena Horne. This included Dick Gregory. And this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
And here's Nicki Minaj.
I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage and calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or
She realized,
that's not real, dumb
in the
bitch.
fucking United States, like someone like me who would love to
It's
go
not
out
real.
in public and literally do Wiccas, like do rituals and stuff. Do you know how many fucking people would call the cops just on me exercising my right to freedom of religion and doing it out in public? Do you know how many cops would show up? Oh, the whole lot of them.
Yeah, that's not real, dumb bitch. You got tricked by the
she had to
president.
get rid of her over-the-top makeup and then look.
And what about Christians in Gaza? I don't see any Christians being saved in Gaza, you stupid cunt.
Sean says she did this because she wants a pardon for her Chomo brother.
That's probably
brother's still in
why.
prison.
Either that or she wanted to suck the dick of Donald Trump. I don't know.
This is the only child prison in the world, which of course is Israel. Israel is a child prison, by the way. They lock up children and call it security. They cage the future and call it peace. The world's only child prison is in Israel. They have nothing to offer.
Kamala Harris would love that.
Oh my fucking God.
So yeah, this is the child prison in Israel, apparently. I didn't know about this until I came across this clip on X earlier in the week. So
after interrogation, children are brought here for trial. Ophir military prison near Jerusalem. The army would not let Four Corners film inside. I've been behind these walls 3 times.
Yeah, they won't let him film inside, even though he's been in.
Times. I saw children shuffling across the courtyard, handcuffed and shackled. Some hearings lasted 60 seconds. I saw one boy.
It's literally here, guilty. Go, fuck off, basically. You're guilty of whatever crime. 60 seconds or less, their trials.
Or are these Palestinian kids, or both?
It doesn't say. I assume it's Palestinians. I don't think they put Israeli kids.
Oh my God! No wonder they
shout the name of his prison so his mother would know where he was being held. I saw the judge convict some children without even once looking at them. Through it all, what I saw was a conveyor belt of convicted children.
I think perhaps to give you some indication of how efficient from a military perspective this system is. According to the military court's own records, their annual report, the courts have a conviction rate of around 99.74%.
They're all Palestinians. You can tell they're all brown, so they're all Palestinians.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so
then we don't even do that to our kids here.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes they want to charge kids with as adults and stuff, but it depends on what they did. But my God, this is what they want.
Rest of that,
they want, just like Israel is doing, they want to put our kids in jail so they can fucking rape them.
Yeah, so that rest of that video was how they treated the kids and stuff, and it's pretty bad. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
play
please
it here,
don't. I'm a mom, and I don't want to do. I don't even do that to my own kid. You know what I made my kid do if he does something bad? His cursive. I made him sit in there and do his cursive.
But read Sean Miller's comment, not the recent one, but just the one before that.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Israeli version.
Gone in 60 seconds, Israeli version. Yeah, because they convicted these kids in 60 seconds. So essentially, and the judge a lot of times when you look at him is like,
that
guilty.
is cruelty. That is child neglect and cruelty.
Yeah. So this is. I thought this was interesting. 2007, the late Aaron Russo, once a friend of Nick Rockefeller, recounted a conversation in which it was admitted the Rockefellers funded the women's liberation as a means to get women in the workplace, breaking up the family, and indoctrinating children
from an early age. Right. Yeah, because Rockefeller also had people in the media. Excuse me for.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. All right, so Rockefeller had people from the media in the early 1900s have good press about him so that he could look like a decent human being. Literally, he had to pay people to say nice things about him.
Yeah, he had to pay the media.
So yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all.
And this is before William Randolph Hearst and his right-wing propaganda, in all his newspapers. We couldn't tax half the population before women's liberation. Now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think, which breaks up their family. The kids start looking at the state as their family, at the schools, at the officials as their family. So
that's why
it's rather
we're
interesting.
Putting religion in schools.
Is it the house?
Yeah.
And back when my mother and father went to school, they would read the Bible. This is back in the 50s and 60s. They would read the fucking Bible.
My mom in Puerto Rico had to read the Bible every day before class started. The first thing you did was read the Bible. And that's
last one night, and we were talking, and he started laughing. He said, "Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about?" And I said, I had pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, And he started to laugh. He said, "You're an idiot."
No.
And I said, "Why am I an idiot?" He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib, And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. He says, and you want to know why? He says, there were two primary reasons. And one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before women's lib.
Because half the women didn't work, because they were all homemakers.
Because they couldn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up the family. The The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for women's lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. You know, when I saw their intentions behind it, where they were coming from when they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble venture.
There's always evil behind everything that they've ever done, and they did it for XYZ purposes. Not so that women could be treated these equals in the workplace. No. Before that, women they couldn't even own property. If you were a woman and you lost your husband, you'd have to go to something which was called a poor farm, which was not only housed women who could not own property, but also the mentally, criminally insane. They literally would put you in the same fucking shit as the criminal insane. And they would put you, because you couldn't own property. If you had a husband that died in the war or died, whatever, you had to go to a poor farm. This is not.
Hey, Jackie.
That and
we said she woke up.
This is what I'm saying is that rich people have an agenda for everything they push. It's not for equality. It's not for women's rights, because again, women were seen as less than cattle. They were second-class citizens who were never educated unless you were a fucking prostitute, which, again, you were used by the state and by the rich people. But you were never educated as a woman. To educate a woman was literally like educating a slave. It was bad. You didn't do it. You could go to jail for teaching a woman about, you know, how they educate us now. This is what I'm talking about. I am a woman, so I can say this. I am paid less than a man is doing the same job as I am.
So this is Paul Harvey's prophetic 1992 speech exposing the climate scam, which is...
Barely a week goes by, but what some researcher...
It's on C-SPAN 2, by the way, which nobody had in those days. So
tries to scare us or trick
they
us
hid this for a reason.
out of research money by claiming that the sky is falling. And with the willing complicity of headline-hungry media, a recent crisis of the month had to do with global warming. An ozone hole is opening up over the United States, we were told, the effects of which were already measurable in an increase in skin cancer. On the contrary, destroying chlorine around the polar vortex has been declining since January. A major objective of a recent shuttle mission was to determine the scope and scale of the so-called ozone hole, and the silence since has been deafening from those whose livelihood depends on creating crises. Recent data from the upper atmosphere research satellites affirms that any problem is less, it's not greater. Ozone levels fluctuate all of the time, partly because of volcanic activity and solar flares. But MIT's technology review has made an exhaustive study of worldwide ocean temperatures since 1851, has concluded that there appears to have been little or no global warming over the past century. In fact, the net rise in world surface temperature during the last century, which was about 1%, almost all occurred before 1940, and that was before aerosols, and that has since been reversed.
Right. No, he's correct.
Former NASA chief Robert Jastrow.
By the way, he worked for ABC News. That's the thing, you know. So today, there's no way
his voice
any journal.
I just want to say he is very correct on this, and this all this climate bullshit was literally made a big deal because rich people want poor people to sacrifice. The rich people are still going to ride around in their private jets, which again pollute on a massive scale more than all of our cars put together. But it's poor people that have to turn their air conditioner on when it's 100-degree heat out. It's poor people that have to turn their heats on when it's 40 below zero. It's poor people that have to sacrifice, because that's rich people. Well, we should just keep on polluting because that's just who we are. We're the rich and we can do any damn thing we want. No. Tell
get
that
the
to
point,
my
but-
guillotine, rich people.
Yeah, so the reason why I played that is because there's a lot of people on the left, on the professional left especially, swear up and down that there's no corruption among the government climate researchers, that they're all altruistic and they're all honest and they just care about the climate and stuff like that. Imagine if they fix the climate. If for example, they say, oh, well, climate change is not really a real threat. They lose their funding, they lose six-figure salary, they lose their jobs, they have to go figure out something else to do. So that's why they keep melting down about how the earth is getting too hot and how the oceans are getting hot and we're possibly going to lose the ocean currents one day. And meltdown, the world's ending, we need our funding. Every time. That's corruption.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely corruption. And the professional left needs to, they swear up and down there's no corruption.
And here's the
There's
thing.
definitely corruption.
Here's the thing that rich people won't tell you. They want you to get on the system of, well, you'll have you poor people will have regulated heat, regulated air, regulated water. You'll only get water when you need like a couple of minutes a day. That'll be your water supply. You'll get a little bit of heat on the hottest days, and well, the rest is up to you. Go fuck yourself. They want to put you on a plan of you only get so much electricity. They only want you to have a couple hours of electricity every fucking day. I'm not making this shit up. There was an article that came out today that I saw on X that literally rich people want to cut your electricity. They want to cut your electricity. You will suffer. You will owe nothing and be happy and eat bugs.
They're going to give it to like these AI massive AI buildings where all the electricity is going to go to them. The water is going to go to them in order to keep the computers cool. Because to keep the servers cool where the AI is at, because if it overheats, the AI goes away, and so you can't have that happen. So they take all the water, they take all the electricity, they take everything, and that's why they're building it in small towns. Because small towns can't fight back.
That's right, Kai. They need to go suck a dick. I'm not doing it. You are not going to tell me I can only have this much water, this much electricity, this much that, this much this. Go fuck yourself. Suck a dick. My guillotine says something else. All right.
That's what I'm looking for. Data centers.
Yeah, data centers.
I said buildings, but Yankee bad cookies.
But you're absolutely correct. And they don't want us. They want us poors to sacrifice for them.
All right. So I guess we'll be wrapping up now. It's like past 9 o'clock. Yeah, I just wanted to, play those 2 videos before we go. So, yeah.
That was the other thing I saw on the Fox News commercial. They have Fox News commercials where like, buy Bitcoin, buy crypto. No, I don't want to be on your damn CBDCs.
Yeah. They're upset. They're trying to get people on crypto.
If you don't like it, go suck a dick. I will have cash.
So it's going to be crypto and digital currencies that are going to be pushed down our throats pretty soon. I'm not sure when exactly. Maybe by 2030, because a 2030 plan that the UN has, which includes digital currencies, includes 15-minute cities, which includes all that stuff.
I'll stay right where I am. And again, I will drive. I drive 30 minutes to my job, 35 minutes, depending on traffic and stuff. So in their 15-minute cities, I couldn't do that. I'd have to walk everywhere. Go fuck yourself. I will have my gas-powered car. And if you don't like it, rich people, go suck a dick.
There you go.
Fuck Gaspar Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all.
That's right.
I'm proud of those cockroaches.
Fuck them all.
Fuck them all.
That's what I wanted to.
That's the coup de grace of the day. That is the word of the day. Fuck all y'all rich people.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be Pro Wrestling Talk at 8 o'clock. We'll be previewing Survivor Series War Games, which is next Saturday, right after Thanksgiving.
And I'll be on at 9 Eastern.
Right, and I won't fuck up this time.
Hopefully, Witchy won't have her technical difficulties.
A couple things I want to mention. One, you may, because of your new computer, you may not have to download the videos anymore. You might.
I like the new computer.
Yeah.
You haven't glitched once, dude.
Yeah. You're not lagging on. You haven't been lagging today, so yeah.
Maybe we should say anything to jinx it.
And also, too, you may have seen my message from one of the groups a few days ago. that I can't confirm that a lot of your videos from Kick and Twitch are gone. So the wrestling videos. So
I don't know why. I guess those videos disappear eventually. I'm trying to get Rumble to work again,
I
so
got
hopefully
Rumble
it'll work tomorrow.
is there any way you can upload all those videos again, if possible? Or
I could. I mean, to Rumble at least I could. Not
Yeah,
to
please to Rumble.
Twitch and Kick.
I did see some
Because-
Rumble notifications, so
Yeah, I think I think we're live on Rumble
yeah,
today,
great
which is
stream.
good because
Not a piss joke.
So yeah, tomorrow Pro Wrestling Talk will be previewing Survivor Series War Games with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in the men's match. I mean, I'm looking forward to it a little bit to see what happens
Lesnar
there.
and Reigns yet again.
I know that's what I'm concerned about. They're gonna do Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar again at
But
WrestleMania.
did you see on Raw? If I could just add this real quick, did you see
Yeah,
on Raw that literally they made Cody look like a bitch with Brock Lesnar, but then they made Brock Lesnar look like a bitch with Roman Reigns? It's like
Yeah,
make
so
up your
they-
fucking mind, and then they made Reigns look like a bitch with Bronson Reed. Bad Cookie Bad Cookie wants to know if you have a laptop or a desktop. There, Angel.
Well, it's a laptop.
It's a laptop.
It's,
An Acer, right? It's an Acer. Me likey.
there it is. Yeah.
AMD processor.
Yeah.
Me likey that. Has a great graphics card.
Yeah. So
AMD. Yeah.
it's too blurry, but so it's an Acer 315
and Aspire 3. Those are really good. It's a 15-inch. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So now Pro Wrestling Talk is tomorrow at 8. We'll be doing that.
I shall be here.
Sunday. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the support as well, because a lot of you guys donated too. So yeah, thank you, Kai. A lot of you guys helped me out and donated too. I greatly appreciate it. I'm grateful to everybody. So one more thing I wanted to say. I remember right now. Oh, Angel in the Afternoon is next Friday. I'm pretty sure we'll probably do it next Friday because I'm not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything either.
And yeah, I'm probably gonna eat on Thanksgiving, but
I'm gonna stuff myself
there's
full
a fly here.
of
Yeah.
real. Hey, I'm not the one with the fly problem anymore, right?
Yeah, it's some reason I don't know how fly got
Actually,
in here.
I'm gonna make homemade mashed potatoes. I always had the instant, but I like both because my mom used to make homemade mashed potatoes. But I'm gonna make it this time with my neighbor. So I'm really excited about that because I love homemade anything, really. Again, nothing that's chemically enhanced.
For Thanksgiving, me and my family will be going to a prime rib restaurant. So
nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Well, I'm making a giant turkey here, and we're probably gonna
My
eat
neighbors
turkey and
have the
potato
turkey
salad and mac and cheese, stuff
we're
like
gonna have
that.
all that
Stuffing.
stuff. We're going to my neighbors, and even my son is going with his dad. But if his dad cancels, then he'll be going over with us. So our neighbors are like they love everything homemade. My one neighbor cooks. That's all she does is she cooks for a living.
Yeah. So that's that. That's our plan. We're doing Angel in the Afternoon next Friday. We'll be reviewing War Games on that Sunday, which is November 30th.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's our updates. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Like and subscribe, share the content. I'll be putting out more clips during the week of the show.
Like button.
And yep. And one more thing I want to say before we go.
I know, right, Sean?
So say goodnight to the bad guy.
He was the bad guy.
Well, that's from Scarface.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm guessing that.
Yeah, that's
Scott
where
Hall never said.
That's where Scott Hall. That's where Scott Hall got it
From
from.
the bad guy.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Night to the bad guy.
Say goodnight to
All
the
right,
bad
so I
guy.
want to thank.
Remember,
thank everybody.
Angel. Remember you, Chico, Razor Ramon.
I hope everybody
the-
has a great Thanksgiving or Indigenous People Day. I hope that you stuff yourself, and please remember there are people out there who are starving. If you can give, please give to those families, because I really don't want to see anyone starve to death on Thanksgiving or whatever, or any kind of holiday. And that goes for Yule and Christmas or whatever, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. So please think of the needy families. We're going to help out our local school and donate a bunch of stuff. So if you can, please do that. Please.
And watch
Yeah,
Tulsi
dude.
Gabbard make another bullshit tweet of, "Oh, thanks, Gift, and I'm."
I was going to say, because we have to help each other, guys. We can't rely on the rich
Yeah.
to save us. They're not going to save us. We need to help each other. So please give
So-
to your fellow man.
I totally agree with that. I endorse that, and we'll leave it there. So thank everybody for watching. We'll see you at Pro Wrestling Talk tomorrow at 8.